Welcome to College Football Countdown, presented by Ashley.
Thursday night college football brings us back to the ACC. North Carolina State and Dave Dorn coming out of the bye week, looking to continue their 14-game winning streak at home. Losing streak for Brent Pry and Virginia Tech. They've lost 4 in a row. Can they come out of their bye week and right the ship tonight? It's Military Appreciation Night here in Raleigh. Plenty of festivities planned, but you know it's going to be fun when we've got ACC football here on ESPN from Carter-Finley Stadium. We're back at the bottom of the hour. For now, to Kevin Connors in studio.
Daddy Jack Chambers in charge of that revamped offense. Should be a fun one tonight alongside Texas Hall of Famer Sam Acho. Kevin Connors here in studio. Some felt NC State had a path to the playoff before losing 2 of 3. No more Devin Leary at quarterback. What's the key to maintaining your focus if you're NC State?
It's as simple as getting a win. And you have a great opportunity tonight against a team, at least an offense in Virginia Tech, that doesn't really score. They only put up 10 points against North Carolina. We know how bad that defense has been. And so find a way to win. You had your bye week. Dial it in. Get a dub. And that dub could lead to more as the season goes on.
4-0 at home this season is NC State. They got the big one with Wake Forest coming up next Saturday. We are counting down to football in Raleigh tonight. Jack Chambers now in charge of an NC State offense. The Wolfpack trying to snap a skid, and we'll get you out to Raleigh in 30 minutes.
College Football Countdown is presented by Ashley, America's #1 furniture and mattress store. You're watching College Football Countdown, presented by Ashley.
Football on the way in Raleigh tonight, and Grant Wells and Virginia Tech out to snap a 3-game losing streak. We got the Hokies and the Wolfpack coming your way at the bottom of the hour. We continue to count you down to kickoff in Raleigh. Thayer Thomas, the outstanding pass catcher for the Wolfpack, trying to keep this terrific season alive for NC State. 5-2 on the year, looking to get to 6-2. Football, bottom of the hour. We got football tonight coming your way, bottom of the hour from Raleigh. Harry Lyles now standing by with Dave Doran.
Coach, 12 days between games. You guys have been able to refresh. You've got to refresh at quarterback, too. What do you want to see out of your guys tonight?
It's finishing plays, executing, getting down the red zone, getting touchdowns, continuing to get the takeaways on defense. I want to see the guys have fun, too, It's going to be a great environment. It's Military Appreciation Day. It's a huge day, and opportunity to go out as brothers and compete. Looking forward to it.
Jack Chambers, MJ Morris, what should we expect time-wise between the 2 quarterbacks?
We're going to play them both. I don't know the exact time. A little bit will be how things are going with the guys in there, but you'll see both of them tonight. We're looking forward to watching them.
Sounds good, Coach. Have a good one out there.
You go Pack.
Go Pack, he says on the way out, and try dealing with Malachi Thomas tonight. Got a rushing touchdown and 28 carries this season. The Hokies and Wolfpack just 12 minutes away.
College football showcases the best that this country has to offer. Teamwork, tradition, community, passion. From tailgates to touchdowns, let's raise a pint of Guinness and toast to the kickoff. College Football Countdown is presented by Ashley, America's #1 furniture and mattress store.
We are counting down to ACC football here on ESPN, and Jack Chambers. Of course, no Devin Leary the rest of the way for NC State, so Chambers, who of course transferred in from Charleston Southern, will have an opportunity in prime time to show what he can do in a rivalry that's been totally dominated in recent years by Virginia Tech. Games that frankly haven't been close. The Wolfpack have turned the ball over consistently against the Hokies. They haven't beaten Virginia Tech since 2004. And Sam, they've got, again, Jack Chambers, an opportunity here as the starter with Devin Leary injured. What are you looking for from him in a showcase game tonight?
I'm looking for efficiency. You're the backup quarterback. You haven't played, but what have you been doing the last 7 weeks? Have you been preparing as if you're the starter? And yes, you played last week, but will you build on what you did? Will you continue to be efficient, make this, essentially play as if you're the starter? That's what I want to see from Jack Chambers.
And a Virginia Tech team that's lost 4 in a row. So what's the motivation for a game on that kind of a 4-game losing streak like
You're
this?
playing against a backup quarterback. And so we've lost 4 in a row, but we've won this game 5 times we're playing against a backup, let's make sure he remembers he's the backup.
And it's a conference game, right?
Yeah.
And it's a road game for Virginia Tech in Raleigh. Matt Berry, Lewis Riddick on the call. Enjoy the football.
Thank you so much. We are back in the ACC for Thursday Night Football. Welcome into the Nissan pregame drive. We have brought our Thursday night college football party to Raleigh, where NC State getting set to host Virginia Tech. It is Military Appreciation Night, and NC State trying to continue a very impressive home streak here at Carter-Finley Stadium. It's been one of those seasons for NC State. High expectations coming in. They were preseason ranked number 13 in the AP poll. They started 5-1. And Dan Mullen, after that, the injuries started to mount, and NC State faced some adversity.
Yeah, one of the most important things if you want to go on a championship run in college football is to stay healthy. NC State's been crushed with injuries all year long, none bigger than losing quarterback Devin Leary. But the culture that Dave Dorn has built here at NC State with this team, the players that they have, they're seniors, they still have a lot to play for, like a 10-win season.
14 in a row here at home, and they look to extend that winning streak tonight. And with that, welcome in. You heard his voice. Now you see his beautiful face. Dan Mullen joining us tonight on Thursday Night College Football. Coach, good seeing you. Looking forward to talking ball for the next few hours. You mentioned a quarterback situation. Jack Chambers, MJ Morris, both players are going to see them play tonight. But a challenge for offensive coordinator Tim Beck, who during the bye week had to tweak the offense that they normally run with Devin Leary to these quarterbacks specifically.
Absolutely. Devin Leary's a passing quarterback. You know, these two guys come in. They both got here this summer, so they're very inexperienced within the offense, within their system. And for Tim Beck, he's got to get back to a quarterback run game that he hasn't been done in a couple of years. You're going to see them use different formations, some unbalanced formations, and some different type of RPOs that'll include quarterback runs and bubbles more than the traditional RPOs we've started to see, where it's a running back and then a throw down the field. So he's going to have to go into his bag of tricks to mix things up and keep it easy for these guys.
Chambers, a grad transfer from Charleston Southern. MJ, a true freshman. They think the future is bright for him. Virginia Tech, on the other hand, they are happy to have their playmaker back, Malachi Thomas. He returned a couple of weeks ago. Going to give them some punch. For more on the running back, down to Harry Lyles.
Yeah, guys, I spoke with Virginia Tech quarterback Grant Wells, and he told me that Malachi Thomas is going to bring something to this offense that they've been waiting for all season, a spark that they're going to need not just in the running game, but in the passing game as well. He said it's going to make defenses respect them a little bit more in the backfield. They're hoping that that is going to open things up in the passing game and see a Virginia Tech offense that we have not seen all season. We'll see how it goes tonight.
Harry, thank you. Virginia Tech comes in. They've lost 4 in a row. NC State coming off that loss to Syracuse. Both teams have had a bye week to try to get this thing figured out, and they both have one thing in common tonight. Both teams want some explosive plays on offense. We'll see if we'll get them. Kickoff from Carter-Finley Stadium is coming up next. And now we take a look inside Nissan's Heisman House.
Yeah.
Are they still at it?
What do you think?
1, 2, down, up.
They just don't stop, do they?
Nope.
What's that noise?
Devontae got a tuba.
We all know it's a problem, but no one wants to talk about it.
Yep.
We gotta do something about all those Alabama players in the house.
It's the elephant in the room.
Exactly, and it's really uncomfortable.
No, I mean literally. The elephant is in the room. I think we might have a situation. You should come home.
Nissan at home? My new Altima's here.
Thanks for watching the Nissan pregame drive. Nissan, premier partner of the Heisman Trophy.
Welcome back, Raleigh, North Carolina, as we welcome you to ESPN College Football, presented by Sling TV. Virginia Tech has won the toss. They elect to defer. NC State will get the ball as we take a look at today's keys to the game, brought to you by Jared.
Well, first for NC State today, they want to keep it really simple for the quarterbacks, the inexperienced quarterbacks, not force them to make big plays in the pass game, having to throw the ball on third down, and let the defense, they have one of the best defenses in the country, just play defense. They don't have to press to make it happen. For Virginia Tech, get the game into the fourth quarter, make it a one-possession game where they can find a way to win, and then have Malachi Thomas take over the game. Be a physical back. Let him go pound away at that defense.
We are underway. The Thursday night college football fun is back. That is Julian Gray receiving the kick just off the 20-yard line. He'll take it past the 25, spotted just shy of the 30. And this is where we'll get a look at the NC State quarterbacks. We will see both again tonight. Both Jack Chambers and MJ Morris will be in for the Wolfpack as they try to find something offensively. Jack Chambers, grad transfer from Charleston Southern, two-time captain, walked on here looking for some ball to play. He's got a degree, and here he is starting to quarterback in the ACC.
Yeah, he came here just to be on the football team and play big-time football, and here he is starting on Thursday night at home in this huge game.
Got his first start a couple of weeks ago at Syracuse in that 24-9 loss. Dave Thorne said you can't judge him based on that performance as we've got trips, first possession of the game. Quick throw to Chambers. That's Thayer Thomas on a quick screen. And that Virginia Tech defense, a nice job there by Chamari Connor, making his 45th consecutive start tonight. That is a school record. He broke it set by Vince Hall.
And he's a big-time tackle machine. You see him, the aggressiveness. They know they're going to keep it simple for the quarterbacks, not take shots down the field early.
So a loss of 2 on first down and a batted away throw.
Again, a quick pass, and I think Virginia Tech came out expecting Chambers to come into this game. Some quick, short throws to build up confidence early, and you see him jumping the screen on the first play and getting the hands up for the quick throw on the second play.
Their offensive coordinator, Tim Beck, told us simplicity, but you have to score points. Want to get him in a rhythm. The same will go for Morris when we see him. But a 3rd and long now, 3rd and 12 for the Wolfpack on their first possession of the ball game. Play fake, pressure, screen set up perfectly. And he's going to be just shy of the first down. That was Jordan Houston out of the backfield as we gain a 9. Taiwan Garbett, talented player out of Virginia Tech, he chased him down. And they'll have to punt on their first possession.
Yeah, that's what they want to avoid. Virginia Tech once, that's a great win for Virginia Tech in that first series. Get the quarterback into a 3rd and long situation and force him to make plays throwing the football.
So Tucker Holloway deep to receive the punt. Shane McDonough on the kicking duties for NC State. And a fair catch just shy of the 25-yard line after a punt to 41. Let's walk out that Virginia Tech offense, coach. And they're in a bit of a different situation at quarterback. Grant Wells comes in, transfers in from Marshall, has a lot of playing experience, but he hasn't been able to kind of find that explosiveness.
Yeah, he had 8 300-yard passing games during his career as a starter at Marshall. We haven't seen him open it up in the pass game. I wonder if they're going to come out today, give him the opportunity to throw the ball down the field a little bit more. He throws a great deep ball.
This offense is yet to top 30 points all year. Malachi Thomas, we expect to be busy. And the NC State defense is expecting that as well. Gain of 1 on first down. Davin Van there on the tackle. But when you get a playmaker back like Malachi Thomas, you anticipate early and often to see if he can bring them something different.
Absolutely, but so does the defense right now. And you saw them crowding the line of scrimmage. Even this 3-3-5 defense, they're going to try to take away this run early.
Here comes the pressure. Wells, a good job getting his throw off. Completed to Caleb Smith. A 5-yard gain, bringing up a 3rd and medium. Aiden White on the coverage and the tackle.
Yeah, great read right there to get the ball by Grant Wells out of his hands into the blitz, throwing into the blitz very quickly.
So 3rd down now in an offense that struggled on 3rd down this season. 33%. Flag on the play. Wells going to take a shot. It falls incomplete. Our official tonight, Adam Savoie.
Offside. Defense, number 45. 5-yard penalty results in a first down.
NC State had some issues with this last week against Syracuse with offside penalties and giving free plays here to the offense. That resulted in a free first down for them.
NC State 107th in penalties per game. Something that's kind of bothered them throughout the year. So it moves the chains for Virginia Tech. 1st and 10 at the 35. That's Thomas up the middle. And early on in this season, Coach, the offensive line for the Hokies, they had to try to find a way for some stability to kind of get the protection, to get the holes. They feel, at least for now, it's starting to look a little bit better. Yeah,
and getting a powerful running back like Malachi Thomas backs helps. You see him getting into right now 12 personnel, 2 tight end sets, and creating a power run formation to run the ball downhill.
2nd and 5, that's Thomas again, and that's another first down for Virginia Tech. Tanner Engel on the tackle. So we've seen a lot of Malachi early on as expected. We've seen a couple of first downs now out of Virginia Tech.
Yeah, a little split zone right here on the inside zone, getting the back, creating movement at the line of scrimmage. You want to run some zone schemes against this 3-3-5 defense that's blitzing all over the place, so they can zone everybody off and not get caught and picked in man blocks.
You see Thomas down at the bottom of your screen, leaving an empty backfield for Wells. Pressure on and sacked. Perfectly timed blitz by Peyton Wilson. That's that linebacking core that's played so much football untouched to get to Grant Wells.
Yeah, they got into an empty set right there, and they're going to have the unblocked guy coming off the edge right there. They brought more than they could bring, and you see him right here, eating up all 5 blocks on the inside. Now, Grant Wells has got to know who the unblocked defender is and where he's coming from and get rid of the ball.
So that was a loss of 7. And now a flag on the play, and that's going to be movement on the Hokies.
False start. Offense, number 72. 5-yard penalty. 2nd down.
And I had mentioned how penalties have gotten NC State this year. Virginia Tech, 121st in the country. They average just over 8 penalties a game.
Yeah, and these are drive killers right there. The sack and a penalty to put yourself behind the chains, 2nd and long. You're moving the ball well. You're running the ball what you want to do, and now you're putting yourself into a must-pass situation.
Got another flag down.
This is not an easy place to play at night right now.
Start. Offense, number 70. 5-yard penalty. 2nd down.
That's only going to get the students up, jumping up and down louder.
You know what I loved about that, too, is we got an audible groan from Mullen, so the head coach and him is already coming out, because that's exactly what you would have done on the sideline. Well, now, you probably would have said something we couldn't put on TV.
No, I was always very polite to the officials.
Oh. Later in the game, I'll fill you in on the conversation we had with the officials prior to the game. They saw Mullen down there. So 2nd and 27, Wells and the Hokies. Quick shot outside. That's Dawan Lofton. Forced out by Aiden White. Got the start at corner tonight, both Aiden White, Shaheem Battle. And a gain of 4, and it's going to bring up a 3rd and long, not a position you want to be in if you're Virginia Tech.
Not against this defense. They're so aggressive on the back end. Their DBs make plays. This is the situation that NC State wants to be in. They're going to drop 8 here and force Grant Wells to make a great throw.
Be turnover prone sometimes, can Wells. 7 interceptions on the year. Tony Gibson said if we force him to throw, we think we can get one. They just elect to run. Again, White comes up from the secondary to make the tackle and a gain of 2. And NC State's defense, giving up just under 17 points a game, does their job and forces the punt.
Yeah, you know, that's where the series starts and it's going so well, and then the penalty comes out, the sack. Those are things that are drive killers, and that's what Virginia Tech has got to avoid tonight.
They've got a good punter in Peter Moore. Ray Guy Award watch list, Thayer Thomas. And another flag.
Another one.
False start. Offense, number 1. 5-yard penalty.
Brent Pry talked to us about some of these self-inflicted things. They play really well, and then they can point to things where they make mistakes. And you see it with 3 false starts on this drive.
Moore able to get the punt off. Thayer saying get away from it. That's a good bounce. It's going to roll just outside the 20-yard line. So a couple of possessions for both teams, a couple of punt. Yardage 50 on that one. So we're back in the ACC on Thursday night college football. We're at zeros early in the first quarter. You're watching the ACC on ESPN. Virginia Tech, North Carolina State. Beautiful city of Raleigh, North Carolina. Dan Mullen, Matt Berry, Harry Lyles with you. Fans are ready for this one. Halloween weekend. I would imagine we will see some memorable costumes in the stands. Is now the second possession for Jack Chambers and the NC State offense. Ball at the 22.
Here comes a blitz. Oh, good disguise.
Chambers over the middle, had a receiver, falls incomplete. That intended for Thayer Thomas.
It was a too high look. They're trying to hit Thayer Thomas bending in front of the safety's face right there. Did a nice job, just overthrew him a little bit.
So Chambers just 2 of 4 for 8 yards.
And here's something they weren't able to do. We talked to the coaches last week. It was so loud at Syracuse. They weren't able to check and communicate at the line of scrimmage, and they're able to do that when they ID the blitz here at home.
At the first run of the game, it was a designed run for Chambers. He brings this element. Virginia Tech's defense is aware of it. Gain of 3, and Nasir Peoples on the tackle.
Yeah, Virginia Tech's going to try to disguise the looks. This is where they want to get. This is where they want to get Jack Chambers into third down passing situations, and where they can disguise the looks, and then now they get to be the aggressor.
5 DBs in for Virginia Tech. 3rd and 7. Quick throw out of the backfield. It's Houston, and a good job there out of the backfield. Chambers to Houston. Forced out by Stroman. That will be enough for a first down. NC State, a gain of 8.
And those are confidence builders. That's your second, 3rd down in a row right now for the quarterback, that he's been able to throw a quick screen but have success right now on 3rd down.
Again to Houston out of the backfield. Again, the receiver having to make a block. And look, Coach, you get the sense early. Tim Beck's going to make this a priority. Get my guy in a rhythm. Get some positive yardage.
And not force him to throw the ball vertically down the field. Get their playmakers the ball in the open field. Little swing screen out there. It's like a toss sweep out on the edge.
Here comes tempo for NC State. Chambers going to keep it. A good read out of him. Cuts back. And that's going to be a first down Wolfpack.
And that's the element he brings that they're going to have to rely on right now. It's his athleticism in the zone read game that you didn't see with Devin Leary. And you see him going tempo now, trying to really pick up the pace on the offensive side of the ball.
Hollifield and Connor. Chamari Connor missed the tackle there. Rare instance out of them.
And people ask why you do this, why you look over to change it. You saw Virginia Tech safety roll down into the box, so they've tried to uncover that it's going to be a cover 3 look, and now get the play called you want against a covered 3 look.
First time we've seen DeMarcus Jones in the backfield, play fake, and again he overshoots his receiver, Keon Lassane, the intended target. Mansour Delane, young corner, they're really high on it, Virginia Tech.
Yeah, he's a true freshman that they love. They came in, they're really excited about him getting the playing time. They said there's no stage that's too big for him. He wants to be out there. He wants to be the guy making the plays.
So success for Chambers out of the backfield, some of the shorter throws.
And they're going 4 wide up top here to the field. This is a quarterback run or a quick screen set.
Oh, that's going to be a face mask. And if they didn't see it, they should have, because we saw it from way up here in the press box. That was Alan Tisdale. Tizzy back. Virginia Tech loves they got Alan Tisdale back. He's one of their big play linebackers. Said having him back is huge, but that was a miss on the official. Have another look at this one.
Yeah, I don't know how you meant that. I'm nice to officials these days, so
yeah. We'll pay that off in a minute. Big 3rd down, though. Chambers sets his feet. Overshoots Thayer Thomas, incomplete. And after some positive first down plays, NC State get a punt again.
Well, if you've seen him, and right now, like when you see Jack Chambers on his throws down the field right now, he's overthrown and sailed a couple of them. And a lot of that is that energy, that excitement. He's coming in here playing in this environment, you know, as the quarterback at NC State. And he's got to just calm himself down, settle, and make some of these deeper throws and put it on him and just relax.
Second punt for Shane McDonough. It's Tucker Holloway. He's going to again fair catch it at the 21-yard line. A little bit quiet here at Carter-Finley. Haven't seen much offense out of their Wolfpack of late. Virginia Tech gets the ball when we come back. See if we can't get a little something going here. Just under 6 minutes in the first quarter.
Let me show you how to be a star.
0-0 here, first quarter, NC State. And first-year head coach Virginia Tech, Brent Pry, wired before the game.
Let's go, babe. Let's go. Let's go win this thing.
Sir, I'm happy to see you getting your shot, man. I love
we got our work cut out for us, but it's a great place, great people. I tell you, they got a lot of length, man. Just their team in general. React and drive a little bit. Get that react and drive. Good night for ball, man. Let's go. Let's go. Let's go.
You know, Brent Pry told us they're in the midst of a 4-game losing streak, but he was emphatic about the fact that long-term he believes they are doing the right things in year one, and it takes time to build. There's Malachi Thomas there and a gain of 1.
But you'd like to see them maybe take a play-action shot down the field. They've talked about wanting to throw the ball deep down the field. They're in this 12 personnel, but really, NC State's really loading the box right now to stop the run.
What are the challenges, though, for a first-year head coach like Pry who's coming in?
Well, you're trying to, build the program back up under your identity, and there's such a great tradition that was started here by Frank Beamer at NC State, and he's brought some of these traditions back in and building and getting the Virginia Tech we know back.
How about that? They did look. Grant Wells can run with his feet. He's deceptive with his feet, and that's a good rush there. A gain of 8. That's going to bring up a 3rd and short. Isaiah Moore missed the tackle, the star linebacker, but Wells has this in his game.
He's an athlete right there. His ability to extend plays is big. They have man-to-man, one-on-one shots on the outside if they want it.
So 3rd and short. NC State's defense, it's what they do. That is Drake Thomas, brother of Thayer Thomas, one of the other star linebackers. We've caught all 3 of their names tonight already. Peyton Wilson, Isaiah Moore, and Drake Thomas. That's what makes the defense go.
3 NFL linebackers, right? They came back. All of them came back this year. They possibly could have been drafted last year. They came back to lead this defense. Those 3 make this defense run, and all 3 of them, we'll see all 3 of them playing on Sundays.
So 4th punt of the night. It's Peter Moore, and that's another flag. This is coming out of the bye week, too.
Yeah, and it's frustrating. 2 of them on the punt team right now.
Offense, number 15. 5-yard penalty.
Those are the little
4th
things
down.
that get frustrating, not just for the coaching staff, but everybody in the whole team right now. Just little mental mistakes because they're things you can control. And as players, you have to take ownership to make sure you're getting it done right.
Already 4 penalties for 20 yards. And then the punt by Moore, kind of off the right side of his foot. And NC State is going to get good field position at the 32-yard line. We'll see what quarterback comes.
Looks like MJ Morris getting warmed up right now.
All right, so it looks like we're going to see the true freshman when we come back. MJ Morris still at 0s late in the first.
ESPN Thursday Night College Football is presented by Sling TV, the TV you love for a price you'll love. And in part by Cheez-It, cheesy, crunchy satisfaction.
You know, Virginia Tech's won 5 in a row against NC State. That was the last time the Hokies paid a trip here to Carter-Finley, 2010, Tyrod Taylor, Russell Wilson, the quarterbacks, and now at quarterback for NC State, the true freshman MJ Morris.
Yeah, out of Carrollton High School. I recruited him, actually. A very talented passer, not just a dual threat guy, has a great arm, throws a great deep ball. And, you know, everyone's excited. Dave Doran, they think he's the future of this program. And I know they wanted to get him out here in good situations, and it's his turn to show what he can do.
So 2nd and 6 after a gain of 4. Ran it on the first play. He's going to run it on the second play. Looked off the left side. Cuts it back up the middle. Going to bring up a 3rd and manageable. Dax Hollifield there to tackle him.
That's a designed quarterback run on the counter. They go unbalanced with 3 receivers to the field. So he has the RPO option to throw a bubble, which we've seen, or run the QB counter and keep the ball himself.
So now 3rd down.
Well, let's see if they give him a little run-pass option right here to get out on the edge. Maybe a little naked pass to get out on the edge and run or throw.
That's going to be a false start on the offense.
False start. Offense, number 64. 5-yard penalty. 3rd down.
You know, now that we've got Matt Austin, got a second here. Matt, you wanted to get in on that official talk with one coach, Dan Mullen, about how he said he was nice with officials during his coaching career.
Yeah, he was just nice and calm. Just, you know, like you never knew he was over there. He just treated officials like he was their children.
Very polite at all times, the officials. Maybe ask a quick question.
3rd and 8. Blitz comes. Down goes Morris. That is Jalen Griffin, who got hurt against Miami, healthy tonight. And we have now seen 3 possessions, 3 punts.
Well, and I think they had him down in the 3rd and short, manageable situation. They get the false start penalty, put themselves into a 3rd and long, and allow Virginia Tech to dial up the blitz to come after the young quarterback.
And there were some folks in a certain city that didn't think too many points would be scored tonight anyway. Here at the end of the first, it's 0-0. Tucker Holloway back to receive the McDonough punt. He's been busy in the first. He missed one off the right of his foot, much like Moore did a minute ago. So now it's a field position game courtesy of short punts. Saturday night football game presented by Capital One. Number 4, Michigan, hosting rival Michigan State at the Big House in Ann Arbor. Sean McDonough, Todd Blackledge have the call. 7:30 Eastern, 4:30 Pacific. ABC and the ESPN app. Michigan, they had a bye week a week ago. Michigan State, Mel Tucker, they've been struggling this year. You wonder how both of them will respond, as Michigan appears to be well on their way into the college football playoff conversation once again. And once again, it's Malachi Thomas. He's been busy, but he hasn't had any room.
Yeah, and you keep seeing they're dialing up the run blitzes right there. You got 2 guys coming off the backside edge, one for the running back, one for the quarterback. You'd really like to see Virginia Tech on 1st down with all this pressure and loading the line of scrimmage. Take a shot down the field on 1st down, especially with the good field position here.
Another false
start. Offense, number 80. 5-yard penalty. 2nd down.
These are mental errors at the receiver. The receiver's job is not even to listen to the cadence. The receiver should be just watching the football on the inside right there. So you should never have a false start at the receiver position.
So 2nd and 16 for Wells. Has time, overshoots his receiver. That was intended for Nick Gallo, too high for him. And coach, penalties begot sloppy. The quarterback getting hit. One thing leads to another.
When you get behind the chains, you get out of rhythm. You're doing stuff you don't want to do. You're forced to throw vertically down the field in the drop back pass game. And that's not going to be the strength right now of these quarterbacks on either side.
So 39 seconds left here in the first quarter. 3rd and 16. NC State's defense backs off. Wells has time, throws it underneath to Malachi Thomas. And a good job by NC State to again keep them short of the first down. That was Shaheem Battle. We'll see if Virginia Tech gets the punt off toward the end of the first quarter.
And if you look here on this 3-3-5, if you look, they show 5 DBs across the board, across the top to try to confuse the quarterback of what the coverage is going to be. And then as you let the play run, you see right now the corners squat and sit, and they play deep 3 safeties underneath. So they do this to try to confuse the quarterback on the look so he doesn't know what the coverage is going to be. And they got what they wanted, which was Grant Wells checking the ball down.
So that'll do it for the first quarter. Total yards combined. 63. Total penalties combined. 7. You know who I blame for that? Dan Mullen. First broadcast ever. Coach with the officials.
Hey, not a lot different than last week.
7 penalties. That's on you. Second quarter coming back after this. Welcome back to ESPN College Football presented by Sling TV. Start of the second quarter here at Carter-Finley Stadium, 0-0. Dan Mullen, Matt Berry, Harry Lyles with you. Fitting we start the second quarter with the punt. Hold over from the last possession. Peter Moore, good job getting on this one. Thayer Thomas, fair catch at the 16-yard line as we go down to Harry.
Yeah, guys, I'm here with Max Pacioretty going to be playing in his first Stadium Series. This is going to be the atmosphere that you're going to have, Canes versus Capitals. What do you think so far?
Oh, it's going to be a great atmosphere. I mean, you can throw a ball to our rink so everyone knows where to go. They shouldn't get lost. They should be here bright and early and cheering us on, and I can't wait for it.
So you've never played in one of these Stadium Series games. What are you looking forward to the most?
I played outdoor, not stadium, but, I mean, all of them are a little bit different. I think the temperature here is going to be perfect. Some of them are colder than others, which makes for an exciting game, but oftentimes bad ice conditions. So expecting the best out of this one.
Hey, if the atmosphere is anything like this, it should be a good one. We appreciate the time.
Yeah, thank you very much.
Harry, Max, thank you. Completion there to Thayer Thomas for MJ Morris. That's a little bit of something there to bring up a second and short.
Absolutely. And these are the situations you want your young quarterback to be in. Second and short, manageable situations.
Pitch outside. That's DeMarcus Jones, the running back, and Wolfpack moved the chains. Gain of 9. First down, NC State. Nasir Peoples missed the tackle.
And this is great. This is speed option they ran right here, but they run it off of faking the inside zone. You see the quarterback faking like he's going to hand off, the running back faking to come in, to draw and suck the linebacker in so the tackle can get up and make that block and get the ball out on the edge.
Fake to Jones. MJ the throw. Good shot to Devin Carter, the big play receiver. NC State's happy to have back. Fumbled it out of bounds. That was post catch. Mansour Delane forced it. Gain of 16.
Yeah, nice free access. We call that free access. The cover 3. Look, the corner bails out. He's got a free access out cut. Really good read by MJ Morris right there to throw the ball on rhythm, on time, and accurate.
Coach, you get the sense with Chambers not really doing anything and the offense kind of sputtering a little bit, MJ could do himself a service here and take over this offense here tonight with this possession.
It is, and it's what they want him to do right there is to become. They think he's the quarterback of the future. You see right there, nice read, going inside out on the slants and going to the outside receiver. And they think he's the future. He can get them into an offensive rhythm, and the offense really start to perform to catch up because they have a great defense to accomplish still the goals they want to accomplish this season.
That was Darryl Jones and a gain of 9, bringing up another 2nd and 1. Virginia Tech creeping up, showing pressure. Here it comes. MJ, the smart pitch out of the backfield, and they're able to get just enough. First player there, CJ McCray.
And it looks like they might mark him just short right here. You know, in the last 3rd and 1 right there, they ended up with that false start penalty, put him behind the chains. This is where they got to get everybody on the same page right here. And you're possibly in 4-down territory, so you could take a shot right here and come back and try to get it on fourth down.
They'll stay on the ground, and Virginia Tech's defense was there on the NC State offense. J.R. Walker, that's a good job by the Hokies to get DeMarcus Jones. Now you mentioned 4-down territory here in Virginia Tech territory. You wonder what they'll call.
Yeah, well, they're gonna go right away. The head coach is going to call up to Tim Beck, the offense coordinator, and tell him, we have 2 downs here to get it, so call your play with that in mind. And we'll see. Again, I'd love to see them get MJ out on an edge right here or give him the opportunity to run or throw with the easy pass. But Virginia Tech's going to blitz from the field to try to prevent that from happening.
Designed run. Can Morris get there? He does, and a good second effort out of MJ Morris. Garbutt missed the tackle, and because of it, drive stays alive.
And those are runs that pump up the rest of your team. On a 4th and 1, and MJ's a bigger guy. We got to see him pregame. He's a thick guy that you get down there, and that physicality and that second effort as a young quarterback, that's going to excite the rest of your teammates when you make those type of physical, tough plays.
Longest drive to speak of for either team. Talented freshman Terrell Timmons in the game. They're excited about him. MJ to throw, realized the pressure was coming. And no gain, brought down on the play by Garbutt.
Yeah, you see, they're trying to get Trent Penix into the flat. He's a guy they're really excited to have back coming off of injury. He's a tight end, but he's really a tight end. They can move all over the field as a weapon. And they really want to get him back involved in the offense. Showing the double A gap blitz right here.
Ninth play of the drive. Blitz is on. Not able to get picked up. Down goes Morris. Another good job by that Hokies defense. You knew they were going to be aggressive tonight with the young quarterback. That is Alan Tisdale, who is back. Tizzy, one of their better defensive players, and a loss of 7.
And that's what they want to do when you have the quarterback. Give him the looks. And, you know, your 2 top players, Dax Hollifield and Alan Tisdale, the guys they love on this defense, they depend on showing the double A gap blitz, playing man-to-man down the field, and getting MJ Morris and NC State behind the chains, having to make a play. Again, I think they're in possibly 4-down territory, so they don't need to get it all on this play, only half of it back here.
3rd and 17. Morris time. Sees that he can run. And perhaps gave up on that one just a little early. Jaden McDonald is there to bring him down after a gain of 6. So now you've got 4th and long. With MJ Moore, he had plenty of time to throw there.
And the issue, what you're going to see right here, and this is as a young quarterback, he understands it's 3rd and long, but he has possibly for a 2-down situation. If you see right in the middle of the field, tailback's open. They're dropping 8 into coverage. Just check it down. Let the tailback get half of the yards back and put yourself in a 4th down and makeable situation. And he's going to learn that. They're watching the film, and he's going to learn that as a young quarterback, how to manage the offense that way.
So now Dave Dorn elects to punt. He knows he's got one of the best defenses in the country. Pin them deep. And that rolls into the end zone. So Virginia Tech will get the ball back. Punt of 37, a net of 17. If you like punts, oh, you're in the right place.
You look at these teams coming in, they wanted to get more explosive plays down the field. Explosive plays come on 1st down. That's your opportunity to take shots down the field. And Virginia Tech early in this game has been extremely conservative on 1st down calls. And I know they wanted to get Malachi Thomas established, but if you look, everything's been an inside zone run into a loaded box. I really want to see them take a shot and try to take a shot down the field on some of these one-on-one matchups.
They're not going to do it there. That's going to be Thomas again off the right side. But I thought you had mentioned it in the open, and it's appropriate, too, with Grant Wells. This guy's got game experience. He's got 300-yard game experience. He has the ability to stretch it.
He does. 8 different times at Marshall he threw for over 300 yards before transferring in. He has 1 this year against Wofford. But I'd love to see him. Give him a chance. I don't think they've given him the opportunity to open the package up for him and take shots throwing the football.
So just a gain of 2, 2nd and 8. NC State creeping up to the line of scrimmage. That defense has been aggressive in the early part. Just 37 total yards for the Hokies.
Let's see, they changed the play off the blitz. Let's see if they come to a pass now.
Wells to throw, pressure on, avoids it. Able to get out of the pocket. That was a nice job to get something out of what looked like to be a disaster. Dajuan Lofton on the reception, forced out by Cyrus Fagan.
Yeah, good job really there, extending the play. They knew the blitz was coming off the edge. You checked the protection into it. But right now, Davin Van creates the pressure and is still able to get there to him.
So another third down. Substitution issues for the Wolfpack. Travali Price in. Wells, time. Can't find anyone. A good job getting out of the pocket. See if he keeps it himself. Nothing doing for Grant Wells. And that was Price I just mentioned. And Davin Van forced the pressure a minute ago. Comes up with it, a loss of 1. And another punt.
And a great job. They got into their drop 8. It was a zone defense. They ran a mesh route right there, looking for man coverage, I think. They got zone. And, at that point, they're scrambling around. And great job with NC State has given up some scrambles, and that's cost them the last couple of games. Great job rallying to the football right there and preventing the first down and getting off the field. Virginia Tech's now 0 for 4 on third down conversions.
Peter Moore. Thayer Thomas. That's going to be kick-catch interference. They got in the Thayer Thomas window return of safety. And again, the penalty, that's going to be on Jalen Stroman, who got in the way.
And that's going to be a close one. I think, we've seen it in the past. Guys are coached in that situation to drive the blocker into the returner to see if you can cause a fumble. And it looks like the blocker got out of the way a little bit and he ran into the returner here at the end. Let's see if he does. No, that's him running into it. I think he was trying a good job there by number 24. Who was it? The Pitts for NC State to get out of the way and not get pushed in his own
There is no
turn.
foul for kick-catch interference during the kick, holding receiving team number 24.
Wow.
10-yard penalty will be enforced from the end of the kick. First down. Media timeout.
All right, so we'll come back. When we come back for break, we'll get Matt Austin on that one to find out what the description of the call is. But right now, that was our 8th punt of the game. Somewhere Pat McAfee's in a tank top, drinking a Bud Heavy and smoking a cigar. He's so happy.
I'm up on the cloud, ain't coming back down. Yeah, I'm up on the cloud, ain't coming back down. I got a good feeling. I got a good feeling.
0-0 here in the second. Matt Austin, not only was the penalty not on Virginia Tech, it ended up being on NC State.
Well, right there was a great view that they just had. You could see number 24 of the receiving team grab the gunner and throw him right into the kicker. So, yes, he held him so he could throw him. The block caused the contact. Absolutely no foul. That's a great bit of officiating.
Jack Chambers back in at quarterback for NC State after we saw MJ Morris ignite him a little bit. That looked like Julian Gray there on the end around for NC State. And that most certainly would have netted one of those polite conversations from you.
Yeah, just excuse me, Mr. Referee. Could I, just have a quick moment of your time right there? Matt's heard me say that to him once or twice.
So tonight, first down 7, penalties 8, punts 8. And on second and short, Hokies defense on top of it.
Well, I still see, both teams right now being extremely conservative with the quarterbacks and not opening the game up for them and taking shots down the field. And it'll be interesting to see who gets to do that first.
Well, 3rd and 1 now.
Yeah, they're going, this is going to be a quarterback read or bubble situation right now on an RPO. Quarterback run or bubble.
There was the fake bubble. There's the run. You hit both. Chambers, that's going to be close. Tizzy, he's been busy tonight. And they do. He got enough for the first down. Move it, Wolfpack.
Now let's see, 1st and 10 again. A great opportunity to take a shot down the field. With Jack Chambers back in, we saw him. He throws a really good deep ball in warm-ups. Give him a shot to open the offense up a little bit.
That's a throw on first down. It wasn't a shot downfield intended for Thayer Thomas. Good job by Virginia Tech. That's Keontae Jenkins.
He ran the RPO slant right there. Good throw, but again, they're able to squat on all these underneath routes because they're not threatening them vertically down the field.
Like, is the wall north of King's Landing hanging out past the 50-yard line where they can't go that far? Just trying to figure this out here. 2nd and 10.
Winter is coming.
Well, no, hell freezes over here if we get a big play. Quick shot, Thomas. Quick tackle, Virginia Tech. It's Jamari Connor, Mansour Delane, both there.
And this is how you want to defend the bubble when you're on the outside right now. When you have the opportunity, you have got to keep leverage on it. And when you look at the play right there, great job keeping leverage by the nickel, turning the back inside for his friends to come up and make the tackle.
So 3rd and 9, NC State 2 of 7 tonight.
This plays into Virginia Tech's hands with their exotic blitz package.
State picks it up. Devin Carter picks up the first down. Gain of 11. All 3 timeouts left for the Wolfpack. Under 4 minutes already here in the second quarter. That was Kelly Lawson getting him down.
And that's great having Devin Carter back. He's your guy in man coverage that can win one-on-one. And it's a great read, getting that and going to him, Jack Chambers.
Check that Jaden Keller gets credit for the tackle. See if that gets Chambers and the offense going. A run on first. That spreads it open just a little bit for Jalen Houston. Delane comes up, fills the gap, makes the tackle, gain of 6.
Good jobs. They're staying on track right now with the drive, but again, both teams have said, the NC State really told us they would like to get some more explosive plays in here in their offense. These are situations now. You have a 2nd down and short, opportunity to take a shot again down the field.
So plenty of time here. Again, 3 timeouts to work with. 0-0 tie here late second quarter. Chambers has time. Quick throw to the outside. Hand was down, going to be marked short of the first down to Daryl Jones. Want to check in with Harry.
Yeah, guys, I had an opportunity to speak with Devin Leary before the walkthrough on Wednesday. I asked him, hey, what are you going to try to do now that you're out for the year? He said, I just want to be here to help Jack, to help MJ. And he's been doing that. Every time they come off the field, he's been one of the first people to greet them, running them through what he has seen and what they could do better.
Devin Leary, so many high hopes. Preseason ACC Player of the Year. Looked like movement there on 3rd and short.
One of the things you can get to when you switch quarterbacks is they have slightly different cadences
Start.
with their voice.
Number 54, 5-yard penalty, 3rd down.
And so when you see this, they come back in, and you've gone from MJ Morris, you saw a false start on 3rd down and 1, and now you see it with Jack Chambers coming in. The offensive line knows this is, they're firing off the ball. Looks like it was going to be a quarterback sneak right there. They want to get leverage and fire off the ball. They jumped the gun a little bit earlier with the different rhythm of the quarterback's cadences.
So now 3rd and 6. Trent Penix in motion. Play clock at 5. Chambers gets the snap off. Quick throw to the outside. That is incomplete, intended for Houston. Drive stalled. Tisdale on the coverage. And now Virginia Tech's going to get the ball back, and they have 3 timeouts. Can I ask you something? You're an offensive mind.
Yeah.
Are you crawling out of your skin right now?
You can see both teams, I think, are just much too conservative in what's going on within the course of the game. NC State knows they're playing with some inexperienced quarterbacks and have a great defense. And as we said, Virginia Tech, you want to keep it close and get it into the fourth quarter to try to make a play. But I really would love to see somebody take a shot down the field, try to create a big play, and try to get somebody in the end zone.
That was such a polite way of saying yes. We'll see if Grant Wells of Virginia Tech can do it here. 0-0, 3 timeouts. Let's play.
Kevin Connors in studio. Coming up on the Twisted Tea halftime report, it's our halftime pick'em. Why Ohio State could be in trouble heading into their big one with Penn State this weekend. Plus, we'll head inside Sam Acho's film room. How exactly do you stop Sam Hartman and that Wake Forest offense? And with the CFP top 6 rankings less than a week away, we'll get Sam's top 6 picks. Maddie coming up at the half.
Kevin Connors, thank you. Great job by our studio team each and every week. And while Kevin was teasing our halftime report, we had a false start, errant snap.
False start. Offense, number 55. 5-yard penalty. First down.
When you combine,
that was on the center right there.
When you combine start and snap, you get snarked. By the way, I've got
the ball did make it to the end zone.
Got a little Matt stat for you to make you feel good, Coach. No FBS game this season has been 0-0 at the half. So you're on.
I'm on track here. They brought me. I get my first game, and it's a 0-0-1.
You're on the doorstep of history, is how I like to look at it. Dajuan Lofton going to try to change that there with Grant Wells. Nice shot, gain of 9 to get some of the penalty yardage back to bring up 2nd and 6. Second and 6 is what they'll chart it. Here comes tempo. Again, 3 timeouts for the Hokies, and again, a false start. Silas Janzi.
And he's one of the leaders of this team. You know, they expect him to be one of the top leaders up front on the team right now.
Number 60, 5-yard penalty.
It's just not in sync right now at all on the offensive side of the ball. A lot of the penalties are these self-inflicted penalties and putting themselves behind the chains.
7th false start for Virginia Tech in the first half. Wells had a player flash it across the field. It was Caleb Smith. It was incomplete. Now 3rd and long, and neither team coach has used a timeout.
Yeah, it'll be interesting right here. I'd expect NC State after this play, if they stop him, to use a timeout. Hope to get decent field position. They have one of the best field goal kickers in the country to just put themselves in a position to maybe get some points and avoid our record-breaking 0-0 tie.
There you go. Now you're out. History. Pressure. NC State. Low snap. Caused problems at the beginning. Wells is going to go down again. Davin Van. And there's going to be one of those timeouts because now, if you're NC State, you can end the half with 2 left in good field position.
Timeout.
Absolutely. They're going to try to get good field position.
First.
It'll be interesting to see, to me right now, which quarterback they're going to go with at this moment. Do you go and say, hey, the future's now. MJ Morris is 3 for 3. He's looked comfortable throwing the ball in the pocket, and see if he can get some points before the half.
So 0-0. Will we achieve history or points? All right, Peter Moore set to punt here. Thayer Thomas, they were telling us earlier this week, they want to get Thayer loose on a punt return.
It looks like they're coming after with this one right here. This is a great opportunity to go see if you can get a block and create a big play on special teams. Nope, backing out of it now.
That's going to roll to the 44-yard line. So we have 2 Sunday NFL countdowns to get you set. The first one starts at 8:30 a.m. Eastern. It's going to get you set for Broncos Jaguars in London. That's going to be a fun one, exclusively on ESPN Plus. Lewis Riddick over there for that one. Then at 9:30 Eastern, the crew will get you set for the rest of the day with all the early breaking stories, injury updates, and previews of each game right up to kickoff. Then Monday Night Countdown prior to Bengals-Browns. So, Coach, we got 1:13 left, 2 timeouts. What are we doing here if you're NC State to move the ball to get some points?
Well, you practice these situations. They're going with the young guy with MJ Morris right here. And you're talking about getting first downs and out of bounds situations.
There's a first down. Good shot to Thayer Thomas over the middle. Tackled by Nasir Peoples. Again, plenty of time. Got your timeouts. Got one of the best kickers in the country at a gain of 18.
And he can take his time, get everybody in the formation right now. You have plenty of time with 2 timeouts. You're already in field goal range with an All-American kicker. Now you're thinking, let's get a touchdown.
Morris, wise to run. Nice job sliding down. And that's Dax Hollifield who brings him down. They're going to use
timeout. NC State, their second. 30 seconds.
So gain of 8 after the nice throw to Thayer Thomas.
Yeah, and he had a too high look right there. They ran 4 verticals, and they had the receiver bend across the safety's face in the secondary. And a great job. Patience, standing in the pocket right now, looking down the field. And you see, waiting for that window coming open, bending in front of the safety's face and between the linebackers right there.
Okay, so now you've got the 1 timeout left, 49 seconds. You're already in field goal range because Christopher Dunn is one of the best kickers in the country, leads field goal percentage in the country. How are you calling plays now?
You're still thinking a great job with Dave Doran to use that timeout now, because the clock in college football stops when you get a first down. So you're going to have a little bit of time here on second down and short if you get a first down to call a play with the clock stopped as they reset the chains.
First trip in the red zone for either team. NC State priority when we're in the red zone. We got to score touchdowns. They're going to go for it. Nearly intercepted.
And they brought the house right there, Virginia Tech, leaving one-on-one man coverage on the outside. They take a shot, gave his receiver a chance, and a great play. That's Delane again, the guy they love that says he is ready as a freshman for the big moments. And he made a great play right there, almost coming up with the interception.
They were telling us last game against Syracuse when Jack Chambers was in, he led 6 drives into the red zone.
This is a quarterback run bubble formation. And it's third and short. Get the first down here. And then have 3 more shots at the end zone.
Play clock down to 5. Snap off. There's the designed run. There's Morris up the middle. Can he have enough for the first down? And he does. So clock will stop.
He's going to have to come out of the game with his helmet coming off right here. And they'll bring Jack Chambers in again.
So a gain of 5 and a first down. Again, MJ's going to have to come out. Chambers is going to come in. Still the 1 timeout to work with. Clock moving.
The benefit of playing both quarterbacks is he's been taking snaps ready for this situation.
Chambers rolling to his left, keeping his eyes downfield. Cannot take a sack, and he wisely throws it away. Don't want to waste the timeout on a sack. Still an opportunity to look downfield. Dax Hollifield provided the pressure.
Yeah, and I mean, he is a guy that they depend on that defense. He's all over the field. You watch Virginia Tech play, you're going to see Dax Hollifield running sideline to sideline, making plays everywhere. And in these big moments, that's when you need your star players to step up.
So 21 seconds left. NC State can still get a first down. MJ Morris back in. Play clock to 5. And that's when Dave Doran is going to use the final timeout.
There was a lot of confusion right there. You saw that. There was a lot of confusion. The running back didn't know where to get lined up.
Their third and final. 30
I'm
seconds.
sorry, it was Daryl Jones. They were moving him into the backfield, trying to create some confusion, putting a receiver in the backfield, then motioning him out to empty. I think with the clock running down in that situation, with them not being organized, this is too big a play to make a mistake. Now the issue comes, you have 21 seconds left and you're out of timeouts, okay? And you have a true freshman quarterback in the game. So the first thing they're saying is, hey, here's the play call that we want. If it's there, take it. If it's not, throw it away. Get the ball out of your hands. Do not try to create with your feet in these situations. We're in field goal range. We have an All-American kicker. Let's make sure we get points. But take care of the football, and if it's not there, throw it away.
Last touchdown scored for North Carolina State, October 8th, third quarter, Florida State. 21 seconds left, 2nd and 10. Ball at the 11, bad snap.
Throw it away.
MJ's gonna run, and he's gonna get knocked out with 12 seconds left. Now, it looks like he grabbed the ball
with his knee down. And I'm sure they're gonna take a look at it right now. And that's what they're gonna do.
The previous play is under further review.
Yeah, right away, I'm surprised they didn't blow the whistle dead. They let the play on because you always have the benefit of review. Let's bring in Matt Austin. Matt, what did you see here with that snap?
Well, this is extremely close. I think his knee is still on the ground, but again, Think doesn't get it. The ruling on the field is it was not, so they need to have conclusive evidence that the knee was on the ground when the ball was picked up. They almost came up together, so this one's going to be very, very close.
So you said they almost come up together. In that case, what does that mean?
Well, if the knee and the ball are coming off the ground, well, depends on if he possesses the ball at the same time he's lifting it, then he would get the benefit of his knee being off the ground. If he could control the ball but his knee's still there before he started up, then he'd be down.
Now, Matt, with 12 seconds left, if they called him down right there, the clock is going to start. Is there going to be a runoff, a 10-second runoff in this situation?
Yes, this would create a running clock because it would not be no first down or no other reason for stopping the clock. So, yes, they would have to consider a 10-second subtraction. They don't have any timeouts left.
So they are going to, if it is, they're going to have to rush the field goal team onto the field because the clock will start and run with 2 seconds left, and have to try to get a hurry-up field goal in.
All right, Bob Welch is our replay official tonight. Again, paramount here is the call on the field was that he was not down.
So if you're coaching here and you see Dave Dorn, you see the NC State, they're coaching both situations right now. So they're coaching, and you practice this hurry-up field goal. So what they'll do is they'll have the field goal team get out there on the field, line up. If the clock's going to be 2 seconds and start on the official's whistle, what you tell the center and the holder to do is snap the ball when the whistle blows to get the play live. They're going to have to line up on the ball and snap it and get a hurry-up field goal.
And, Coach, what you see here right around the 35-yard line, Dunn is already on the field goal kicker. They are ready to go.
And it
So, I do this with Lewis with replays. I'm going to do it with you. I'm going to have you. What do you think?
I think his knee was down in that situation. So I think right now they've practiced this situation. They're going to have to get the field goal team over the ball. If they do have the 10-second runoff, there'll be 2 seconds on the clock, and the clock will run when the official blows the ball live blows the play live.
Right.
And at which point, that's the situation. This is the situation you practice. The problem is you don't very rarely get it in game situations. So I know you've practiced it over and over, but then you have to come out and execute it.
So they are making sure if he is down, they'll have to figure out spot, clock.
And as a coaching staff, and you see what they're going to do is the special teams coach has that group. The offense is right now also looking, saying, okay, it's 1st and goal from the 3-yard line. The clock stopped. We have 12 seconds. What is our play call situation in this? So everyone's working independently to prepare for the time in their moment.
All right, so Adam Savoie looks like he's taken off the headset. Here comes the call.
After further review, the quarterback was down at the 18-yard line with 21 seconds on the clock. By rule, this qualifies for a 10-second runoff. Please reset the game clock to 11 seconds, and the clock will start on my signal. It's 3rd down.
And so they're still running the offense out there with MJ.
Because it's 11 seconds. They stopped the clock when his knee was down to reset the clock. So they'll have a shot at the end zone right here.
Same theory applies, though. You cannot take a sack. You can still get a first down, which means nothing. You got to make this quick. And he's just going to spike it.
Well, that puts him in a unique situation again right now. okay, they're going to bring out the field goal team. I was just say to try to take a shot at the end zone right there, even on third down, but at 9 seconds, you're in a tight window. Oh, it's fourth. No, I'm sorry. It's fourth down right now.
Now the clock of it on third down brings up fourth down for Christopher Dunn, leading scorer in school history, national leader in field goal percentage. This from 35 yards out into. Yeah, Virginia Tech's got the timeouts, so may as well use them.
Timeout. Virginia Tech. They're first.
And I'm always.
30 seconds.
How do you coach your players with a timeout? Do you coach the rep? Always snap it and kick it to get a rep?
Yeah, why wouldn't you?
I completely agree. Like if you get a second shot out of a bunker or a second shot at a free throw, why wouldn't you take it, right?
Yeah, that second team All-American on the golf course right there. That guy can play. But I think a lot of that's going to be your kicker. So I think the kicker and the long snapper talk about that stuff, and the holder, they talk those things through. And it's great for him to get out here, get a live kick and a warm-up. He's just been kicking into a net on the sidelines and gets that opportunity to get that leg warmed up and hit the kick.
All right, so here's Dunn. Remarkably reliable. 35-yard attempt. Has not missed a field goal this year. Timeout number 2, rep number 2.
Well, I think he missed that one.
Timeout. Virginia Tech. They're second. 30 seconds.
That's why now you're just getting practice. Listen, I'm a single digit on the second ball on the
handicap right there. It's amazing.
Second team All-American.
That guy can hit some shots right there on the golf course, that second player.
So Brent Pry is hell-bent on not taking those timeouts to the locker room, and he should.
Yeah, you got him. I've always thought it's fun because if the kicker looks over and thinks you're going to do it in that situation, is stand next to the official. Pretend you're going to call a timeout and don't do it. You can tell the official, I am not at any case taking a timeout right here, because sometimes it'll get in the kicker's head thinking he has a free little shot at it right now.
All right, here we go. Third 10.
And a game has still not been 0-0 at the half in FBS.
Brought me in for the offensive excitement into the game right here. We cannot go 0-0 at halftime.
We do. Look, you had one of two choices. A, be in studio watching this, or B, be in the game with me calling it. So 3-0. Dunn remains an absolute weapon for this team.
That's a confidence builder right there for the team to have a guy that can make those kicks.
So this season, All-State will celebrate every field goal and extra point made by participating universities by making a donation to the university's General Scholarship Fund. Thank you, All-State. Thank you, Christopher Dunn. Worth pointing out, Virginia Tech will receive the second half kickoff. They won the toss. They elected to defer. With 5 seconds left. One timeout. Be surprised this ball sees the air. And does kick it to Chance Black. He'll have an opportunity, and why not? Going to take it right up the gut. And that's where that ends.
It'll get us to halftime.
It sure will. Jalen Parker on the tackle. There he is. There goes Ripken. We promised Ripken. We got a camera on Ripken. Wait till you see that footage. That's where we are. Ripken, the star of the first half. 3-0 NC State. Time now for the halftime report. Here's Kevin Connors and Sam Acho.
And thank God for Ripken. Each team with more penalties and punts than points in that first half. Twisted Tea halftime report. Sam Acho, Kevin Connors here in studio. We had planned for a great offensive breakdown. We got the right guy here, the former defensive star at Texas, Sam Acho. NC State, a top 15 defensive team. What stood out to you about the way they played in this first half?
It was the defense on both sides of the ball, and it was the little things that you saw NC State and Virginia Tech do. I know we talk a lot about, man, this isn't an offensive explosion, but sometimes good defense wins games. And so one of the plays you're going to see is this play right here, speed option, little thing. But you see C.J. McCray on the outside. He gets outside of that block by the receiver, and though he doesn't make the stop, He keeps it to 3rd and 1. They stop him on 4th and 1. Then here, you see 3-man rush. Defensive linemen hate this. It's a 3-man rush. What can I do? Well, now you got your spy, Devon Betty, number 26, flying across and helping you get the sack. And so sometimes you think a 3-man rush is so you hate it as a defensive lineman because you're getting double teamed by the offensive lineman, but it also buys time for you because you have 8 guys in coverage and one of you 3 or maybe 4 with a spy can get a sack.
But was it really great defense or was it poor offense through 30 minutes, Sam?
It was a little bit of both, Indeed. Some good technique, but also some bad offense.
Some work to do in the second half for each of those offensive units with a 3-point lead for the Wolfpack at the half. .46 total yards of offense for the Hokies in that first half. Peyton Wilson and the NC State defense pitching a shutout. 3-0 game at the half. We're coming back.
This halftime report is presented by the refreshing taste of Twisted Tea Hard Iced Tea. Please drink responsibly.
Offensive star of that first half was Ripken. Great burst here, Sam.
Great burst. You see the agility, see the quickness, the recovery, finds the tee. Great eye.
He's the bat dog for the Durham Bulls. 2-sport athlete.
And he's on IG.
You love the determination. Second half from Raleigh coming up after this.
Welcome back to ESPN College Football, presented by Sling TV, Raleigh, North Carolina State, and Virginia Tech as we begin the second half. 3-0 NC State. Dan Mullen, Matt Berry back with you. And, Coach, it's one of those halves. If you're a defensive coordinator, you love it. If you're an offensive coordinator, you don't like it. There must be second-half offensive adjustments.
Well, both teams need to take a shot throwing the ball vertically down the field. The longest pass attempted thrown in the air was 18 yards in the first half. And you don't do that on third down. It's a first down play action. Take a deep shot down the field and see if someone can make a play.
So at this point, some of the superlatives from the first half, 3 total points, fewest in FBS first half this season, 176 total yards, and second fewest in FBS first half this season. Virginia Tech will start with the ball. Chance Black's going to take that from his own end zone. Black trying to get a spark on special teams as we check in with Harry Lyles.
Yeah, guys, I spoke with both head coaches at the half. Dave Doran told me that he saw some good and some bad with both quarterbacks. He said it wasn't favoring one over the other. He just wants to see them make more plays in the second half. When I spoke with Brent Pry, I asked him the same, hey, how do you get it going on offense? He said we got to cut down on those penalties, stay on schedule, and throw them some curveballs.
Harry, thank you. Appropriate to use the term curveball. 3-0. Very much a baseball score. World Series getting set tomorrow. Game 1. Astros and Phillies. Possession 1 for Virginia Tech. Ball at the 22. Grant Wells designed run. Able to break out of the first pack of tackles. Positive yardage for the Hokies brought down by Cyrus Fagan.
Yeah, a little different look right there. A quarterback follow play. So he faked the handoff to the running back and then followed him up into the hole, and it was closed off, bounced to the outside, got a positive gain on first down.
See if Virginia Tech chooses to go tempo. They gave him 7, so 2nd and 3. Pressure comes. Low snap. Good job getting it away. First down, Virginia Tech. Caught by Daquan Wright, the freshman tight end. They're very high on, Coach. You've seen him come on of late.
Yeah, he's a tremendous looking athlete. Great size, great athleticism. They wanted to get him involved in the offense. And really good calm play by Grant Wells with a bad snap. Doesn't panic, takes his time, and delivers the pass.
First down to start the second half. Ball just shy of the 40. Malachi Thomas play fake. Grant Wells, great job looking downfield. And already there's Daquan Wright again. Completely different start to the offense after a gain of 36. Aiden White brings him down.
And they went into an unbalanced line right there with the tackle over. He was on, if you look at him, the tight end is on the nub side where a tackle usually is. A play action pass, and the coverage loses him because that's not a normal alignment for the tight end to be in.
So already in North Carolina State territory, that's Thomas. Now with the passing, opens up the middle of the field for Virginia Tech, and Thomas, gain of 6, brought down by Fagan.
And this is the good drive. Now they want to do is continue to execute. Here's where they've had issues, and then self-inflicted mistakes puts them behind the chains. They want to stay on schedule with positive plays moving down the field.
And it's clear, Coach, first possession here. They are going with tempo. They're getting up to the line. They're calling a ball play. Wells, plenty of time, scans the field. An incomplete to Thomas.
And he had him there in the flat. It's a great job, patience, great protection. Nobody was open. They were looking to take a shot down the field. Nobody was open. Great patience to check it down. Just overthrew him right there, and he was wide open out there in the flat.
So in the first half alone, 46 yards for Virginia Tech. This drive, 59 yards. So 3rd and 4.
He's got one-on-one coverage with Caleb Smith, their top receiver, down the bottom.
NC State showing pressure. Aiden White, the coverage on Smith. Play clock at 5. Wells going to go that way. To the end zone. Incomplete. That was intended for Wright, and a flag thrown. Tyler Baker-Williams back from injury on the coverage.
And one of the things they did right there is they had the opportunity to create the match.
Pass interference. Defense, number 13. 15-yard penalty. Automatic. First down.
They had the tight end, Daquan Wright, lined up in the slot right there. They saw the blitz coming, checked to a max protection. He took the one-on-one shot to the big athlete down into the end zone. Good ball, and he was able to draw the interference.
So we have goal to go. 1st and goal for the Hokies. What a start to the 3rd quarter for them. Ball at the 5.
Same unbalanced formation right here with the tight end on the opposite side.
And how about that? We've got 6 in Raleigh.
That was the same duck follow play, right? Where Grant Wells right here follows the backup into the line of scrimmage.
Grant Wells, 4-yard rushing touchdown, and completely dormant in the first half. That is a way to start the 3rd quarter.
It is, and for Virginia Tech, they had a 353-game scoring streak on the line right there to get points. They've done that to keep that alive. But a great drive. You saw the curveballs with the unbalanced formations coming out right there.
So 6 plays, 78 yards. You heard Coach mention it there. Now 354 consecutive games dating back to 1995. Virginia Tech has scored, and we have a touchdown. 7-3 Hokies. You're watching the ACC on ESPN. Virginia Tech with a touchdown, 7-3, as we want to welcome in Boo Corrigan here to the booth. He is the athletic director here at NC State, but more importantly, he's beginning his first year as the College Football Playoff Committee chairman. Half the country, you're the most popular guy. Other half of the country, you are the most unpopular guy in college football. Congratulations.
Well, thank you very much, I think, right, in this whole thing, But, there's 13 of us on the committee. We're taking it all serious, making sure we're doing everything in the best interest of college football.
Right now, NC State receiving a kick. They're doing things in the best interest of their special teams. That's how you get this drive started. That was Julian Gray on the kick return, so a good opportunity for the NC State offense. Now, Boo, the first playoff selection show is this Tuesday, ESPN. Walk us through that first weekend in the process.
Well, the first weekend we'll get there Sunday evening. We'll go into meetings. Monday, spend 9-10 hours in meetings, come back on Tuesday, go through the same thing on Tuesday, and then I get to be on with Reese that evening.
What's the lead up to the first selection and what the committee has been doing?
The biggest thing is making sure that we're watching games, making sure that we're following everything. Again, as I said earlier, there's 13 different people on the committee. Everyone's got a different vantage point, different viewfinder, if you will, to make sure that they're seeing all the teams across the country, and all of us are responsible for watching as many games as we can.
Now, how were you selected as the next committee chairman?
I'm not quite sure how that happened. At this point, it's been great. I had an opportunity to talk with Bill Hancock, who runs the CFP, and he asked me to do it and graciously took it.
And when you're looking at these teams, everybody on the committee are looking at these teams trying to compare. What are some different things that you're looking for out of the individual teams across the country?
Well, I mean, the thing about it, you got a guy like Will Shields, who College Football Hall of Fame, Pro Football Hall of Fame. John Yerschel played at Penn State, played with the Ravens. It's hard for me to tell them about offensive line play, right? You know, as you're going through it. So again, you're relying on the entire committee to make sure that we come up with the right decisions.
Let's bring up here a 3rd and 7. We'll continue to talk with Boo Corrigan, NC State Athletic Director, but also the College Football Playoff Committee Chairman. First ranking show Tuesday, ESPN. 3rd and 7 now. It's MJ Morris this series. He's got time. Looks across the middle of the field, and a nice job finding Thayer Thomas, and it's going to be a first down Wolfpack. You were going to get tasked to, you mentioned you speak with Reese Davis after the rankings come out. Each week, you guys will rank them based on new merits. That's what the playoff committee's charge is. You will be asked some difficult questions on those Tuesday night because people are going to want to know the reason for the ranking.
Sure.
What will be the answers? See if I can tread lightly. Tread lightly on this one.
We're not going to get any secrets out of him right now.
I would guess this ranking, the first rankings will probably have a big SEC flavor to them based on what we saw in the first part of the season. How do you sell the viewer that it's not going to be those rankings when it comes to college football playoff time?
The good thing is, and Dan, we talked about this last night, you know, we go in with a clean sheet every week. It's not about anything. It's not about conferences. It's not about, you know, anything other than who are the best teams, right? That's what our goal is every single week.
And that's what I think fans sometimes...
Offense, number 52, 5-yard penalty, 2nd down.
I think a lot of fans around the country, they don't grasp that concept of it because you could have a completely different order in your top 4 between the first rankings and the second rankings, and it might not have anything to do with winning or losing a game. I'm sorry, it shouldn't have to do with winning or losing, but it just because you win doesn't mean you maintain your rankings from one week to the next.
Well, you're looking at the overall body of work, right, of a team as the season goes on. And again, first week matters as much as later in the season.
All right, so 2nd and 14 there. Quick completion to Devin Carter. Nice job for him to get some positive yards. So we do have some rankings we want to show you, courtesy of one Dan Mullen. Here's how he would rank the first 4, the first 2 out, and the first 4 in the top 4 of the rankings. Boo, I know you can't talk specifics. Can I just get in
He's turning, not even looking. Not even looking.
I mean, you got Tennessee number 1.
I think they're the most deserving team for what they've done. Their body of work so far. You could look and say, you might not think they're the best team in the country, but their body of work so far, I think, is the most impressive of any team in America.
The first college football playoff rankings released Tuesday, November 1st. The college football playoff top 25 show presented by Allstate as we get ready for the release. So Dan Mullen, those were his picks. Boo didn't want to have a look at him. He's like, I'm not going to talk about your hypothetical top 4 because it doesn't matter.
Well, the good thing is we don't spend a lot of time looking at the polls. We spend a lot of time in conversation. Spend a lot of time, you know, how many games in a row have they played? What's the order of the games that they've played? You know, what games have been at home? What games have been on the road? And make sure that, you know, in total, we're hearing all the voices in the room and we're making sure that we're making the right decisions.
3-year term, is that right, as president or as a committee chair?
It's a 2-year term.
2-year term. So here's what we'll do. During the 2-year term, we'll do the popular vote. We'll do your poll numbers. We'll let you know how you're doing as committee chair, the popular vote, all of that. Boo Corrigan, appreciate your time. Good luck, and I mean that. Good luck for the next 2 years. We're excited for this time in college football. We appreciate you making time for it.
Thank you, brother. Appreciate both of you.
Boo Corrigan, Athletics Director, NC State, the College Football Playoff Committee Chair. Fans, don't forget to go to ESPN.com/Allstate Playoff Predictor to check out your team's chances to make the College Football Playoff. And now let's take a look at tonight's game flow, brought to you by Progressive. And Coach, this was Virginia Tech's last drive, the first one of the third quarter.
Well, and Brent Pry came out and said that he wanted to throw a couple of curveballs at him, and they were able to do that right there. They went to a tackle over formation, and they left Daquan Wright on a nub side by himself in the tackle position. That unbalanced line looked confused. NC State was able to get an explosive play, get the ball down the field, and they said they wanted to get Daquan Wright involved. 2 catches, and they drew a pass interference on that drive.
And perhaps more importantly, confidence now for the Hokies to begin their second possession. They ruled the punt went in the end zone. They're going to get another false start on the Hokies. That'll be their 8th of the night.
False start. Offense number 60.
That has to get frustrating. You know, this is always a tough environment to play in. But we're not into the crowd being crazy loud right now. These are mental errors that they can control and need to get fixed.
So after the NC State punt, we saw MJ Morris on the NC State drive prior to that with Boo Corrigan in here with us. Nothing coming. So here comes Virginia Tech taking a shot downfield like Coach said. There you have it. Big play, Hokies. Caleb Smith, touchdown.
We've been waiting. We've been waiting all night for them to take a deep shot down the field. They got Caleb Smith one-on-one on a first down opportunity. Take the shot down the field right there. They create, if you create a one-on-one opportunity, give your best receiver an opportunity to make big plays down the field. They've talked about how Grant Wells throws a great deep ball. He threw a great deep ball right there, beating Shaheem Battle on the pass. That's how you get the game turned around and get your offense going in the right direction.
I don't know if Virginia Tech was dressed in a Halloween costume in the first half or who this one is. Either way, Hokies fans have to love it because we've got some offense. Grant Wells, 85 yards. Now 14-3 Hokies. First half a trick. Now we've got a treat. 14-3 Virginia Tech. Now it's going to be on the quarterbacks of NC State to continue this 14-game home winning streak here at Carter-Finley Stadium as we take a look at that touchdown with our playbook presented by Verbo Vacation Homes.
Well, we said we wanted to take some deep shots down the field, especially on 1st and 10. So you have Caleb Smith, your top wide receiver, a 6'2 receiver, a big guy. Get him one-on-one, max protect off the play action. You see the safety step up, so it is pure one-on-one coverage with the corner. He does a great job using his body and his size to box out the corner and bring the ball high over his outside shoulder. Great pass by Grant Wells to drop it in. And you throw the ball down the field, you have a chance. You get explosive plays.
What a difference a half makes. MJ Moore is still in the game. Pressure from the Hokies, and that's a nice job on the pressure by Norrell Pollard to get the ball out of his hands and not take a sack.
And now NC State's going to have to really open things up and be aggressive. I think they were comfortable playing great defense in the first half, trying to take the pressure off of the inexperienced quarterbacks right here. But they're going to have to really open this up now here in the third quarter.
Now you're down to 14-3, not much offense to speak of. And Virginia Tech has opened up their playbook, and now you would expect the same out of the Wolfpack here, 2nd and 10. Pressure again. Good job by Morris to avoid it. Takes a shot downfield intended for Porter Rooks, and it falls incomplete.
And I think the pressure got him off. The pressure threw the timing off. Garbutt came threw a little bit of the timing off. He had to readjust himself in the pocket and slide over. And it's just a little late with the throw. Does a great job keeping the throw on the back shoulder away from the safety, but just a little late from it. And the pressure by Garbutt made that happen.
So now 3rd and 10. Worth pointing out, we did not see Jack Chambers warming up to start the third quarter. We did not see him throw any passes. Don't know what that means. All we've seen, though, to this point is Morris. Virginia Tech backs off their pressure. They're able to get to him still. Good job to avoid it. There's a penalty down. That intended and caught by Jordan Houston. A gain of 8 would still be short of the first down, but it could be coming back with a hold.
Yeah, and Virginia Tech should. Let's see.
It is going to be a hold that signaled by Savoie, who's been busy tonight.
They should decline this and put them in a 4th down situation right now.
Holding. Offense number 53. Penalty is declined. 4th down.
So Derek Eason, the guilty party. And NC State again going to have to punt.
This is one of these tricky analytics here on 4th and 2 that says go for it sometimes. But in this situation, the smart move is to punt. You have a great defense that creates turnovers and takeaways that you rely on. I know the crowd might not like it, but in this situation, you have one of the best defenses in the country. They've made plays. Put them back out there and live to fight another day.
Although Virginia Tech in their first 2 possessions has been able to create some points, you are talking about an NC State defense, one of the best in the conference and the country. Is McDonough going to punt back to Holloway? Did a good job turning the field over. They're going to take that at around the 15-yard line after a punt of 53. So, Coach, you had said it when we started the third quarter. The offenses are going to have to take some shots. And Virginia Tech, not only they've come out with tempo, completely different playbook here to start the third quarter.
Yeah, they have. In creating some different unbalanced formations and not being afraid to take the play action shot and launch it down the field.
So you talk about play action. No play action on the night for Grant Wells, 6 of 9 for 43 yards. In the play action game now, 2 of 2, 121 yards and a touchdown. Another play action pass. He had the guy. A good job by Peyton Wilson to knock that down because he had an open receiver.
That was huge. And you see the little change-ups they're trying to do right now, hiding the tight end, blocking, and then releasing late on a little pop pass. That would have gone a long way if it wasn't tipped.
T. Baker Williams provided the pressure, so now 2nd and 10. Again, Wells time, but he was forced to leave his feet. Had a receiver and is caught. What a grab by Malachi Thomas. Got one-on-one out of the backfield. Wells led him. He dove. And another big play for the Hokies, 23 yards.
And that's what, when you have your players come back, the Malachi Thomas, who they love and thinks one of their playmakers, that picks the team up, and he comes up, steps up, make a huge catch for a running back down the sidelines.
Waved himself off the field after that completion. A little banged up, but he stayed in. A boot and an incomplete. Drake Thomas there on the coverage. NC State, little bit back on their heels right now with this Virginia Tech offense that's completely flipped the script for them in the second half.
Absolutely, and you see the changing tempos, just little curveballs that Brent Price said they were going to bring out here in the second half, and they've done it so far.
That's Jalen Holston, first time in the game, tried to pick up a block. Wells on his feet again, has to scramble out of the pocket. Travali Prince pressured. And Wells has done a good job extending plays. He's initially had the time, and then he's had to squirt out of the pocket to try to make something happen.
And that doesn't seem, even the last 2 plays, he's had pressure, doesn't seem like much, hasn't forced the ball down the field, thrown the ball away, did not create a negative play. 3rd and 10 is not a great situation, but it could have been worse.
Now that crowd here at Carter-Finley Stadium gets going. 3rd and 10 for the defense. Keeps his eyes downfield. It's going to be incomplete. Intended for Dawan Lofton. Shaheem Battle, good job on the coverage. And they're going to force the punt.
And great job. Shaheem Battle was beat on the go route on the last possession. They come back. He's in man coverage, 3rd and long. Great job by the offensive line to give Grant Wells all day to play. Shaheem Battle stays in coverage, keeps his confidence up, and finds a way to go make that play to help get them off the field on 3rd down.
With the struggles of the Wolfpack offense, you wonder if the special teams here can provide a big play. A block, a return from Thayer Thomas.
This is the time you come after. If you've designed this block scheme, they were coming after that one in the game. That's the time to go do it and try to come after him.
Thayer's going to give it a shot, tries to extend it out, drops the ball, just has to fall on it and protect it. Had to run backwards, but it's better than fumbling the ball and then recovering. Drake DeWilius, the tight end, also playing special teams. That was a loss of 8 after a punt of 33. 2 Week 8 games for you. Got a special one, our first ever game in London. Sunday morning, 9:30 a.m. Eastern, 6:30 Pacific. That is exclusively on ESPN Plus. That's the Broncos and the Jags. And a Monday Night Football matchup features the Bengals squaring off against the Browns. Halloween night, AFC North battle for Ohio, 8 Eastern, 5 Pacific, ESPN. ESPN Deportes, Peyton and Eli back on ESPN2. So all MJ Morris here in the second half. Play fake to start first down. Climbs the pocket, misses his receiver. Had Devin Carter in the middle of the field.
Yeah, and he's their guy they're trying to get going. He's their ex-receiver, their big play guy. They want to get the ball to him, get involved. He missed last week's game with an injury. And you see them, though. They are starting to get into the play action, take some shots down the field. But now you're playing from behind. So that action is a little bit different than it would have been earlier in the game.
Now Virginia Tech ready for the run.
Great job inside on the run stunt.
Keyshawn Artis on the tackle.
And this is where NC State, their whole goal is to avoid third and long situations. This allows that Brent Pry defense to get in, substitute their nickel package, and create the exotic blitzes and coverages to confuse the young quarterback.
So this third quarter could not have gone any better to this point for Virginia Tech. Third and long, miscommunication between receiver and quarterback. And it'll be another punt for NC State. It was Devin Carter.
Yeah, just not on the same page. And the hard thing that people look at with quarterbacks, these are two young quarterbacks for NC State. And I know people look and say, hey, what's going on? Why aren't they ready to play? Both of them came in the summer. They had 18 practices during training camp to learn this offense, and they were doing it in a backup role to learn the offensive system coming into this season. And it's a tough situation for them to come in and have to play with such limited experience within the offense.
That was Shane McDonough's 8th punt. Virginia Tech ball. Saturday Night Football, number 4. Michigan hosting rival Michigan State, the Big House in Ann Arbor. Sean McDonough, Todd Blackledge, Molly McGrath have the call. 7:30 Eastern, 4:30 Pacific on ABC and the ESPN app. Who could forget the legendary call of the great Sean McDonough in that game? I think it was 7 years ago now in Surrender Cobra on the blocked punt to end the game. Blake Corum and that Michigan offense, they have bad intentions with the ground game. They are physical, and they will beat you on the line of scrimmage for 4 quarters. We'll see if Michigan State can do anything about that as the NC State defense, a loss of 1 there. Grant Wells, the ball carrier.
That's always a big game, the Michigan State game. It'll be an exciting one and a big test for Michigan.
To an offensive player.
To Virginia Tech. Injured player on the field. That's Malachi Thomas. We saw him earlier after that long catch, come banged up a little bit, stayed in the game. They're taking a look at that left ankle. And Thomas just came back against Pittsburgh a couple of weeks ago, but he's an explosive guy for this offense.
He is, and it's his physicalness, his toughness that has led the spark. It's not even just the plays that he's made. It's having him on the field in your lineup that lifts the play of other players around him. Let's hope he's all right. This would be a big loss for Virginia Tech, who's starting to find a little spark offensively right now. And he's a guy that can help make it go as a power runner to open up the play action pass for him.
So on the night from Malachi, 9 rushes, 21 yards. Statistically, he's got the 2 receptions, 34 yards. You had mentioned he's done enough to kind of give Virginia Tech some punch, but here's a look at that play. You see that ankle get rolled up down to the bottom of the pile. You see the trainers walking him off there. He can't put any weight on it. Worth noting, we haven't seen Keyshawn King all night. So it could be an opportunity here. Jalen Houston. We've seen Chance Black back to receive kicks. That certainly doesn't look good for Thomas and the rest of his night. It brings up a 2nd and 11. Another false start.
And you see the movement that NC State, the defensive line.
Offense, number 68, 5-yard penalty, 2nd down.
The defensive line does a shift right before the ball, causing the offense to move. And if we want to bring Matt in, but if they say anything or try to yell or create a cadence, that would be a penalty on the defense. But the shift, just the lateral shift movement, is causing some of these false starts on the Virginia Tech team. And it's been a big part of this game.
Yeah, as long as it's a smooth shift, they can do it. They just don't want any exaggerated arm movements.
Wells stands in there, knew he was going to take a hit. Caleb Smith got turned around and twisted back just in time with Shaheem Battle on the coverage, a gain of 48.
But they're throwing the ball down the field. He gave him a chance. Just give your receiver a chance to make some plays on these deep balls down the field. You have a big play receiver with Caleb Smith with size. Give him the opportunity to go up and make a play on the ball, and he does that.
Let's go down to Harry.
Yeah, guys, when I talked to Caleb Smith earlier this week, he was really excited, one, to play in this atmosphere, because he said it's one of the best things about college football, but he said they've put together bits and pieces every week, and he felt like this was going to be the week where they finally put it all together, and it's working out so far, at least for him.
Devin Van provided the pressure, but Wells stayed tough. Tanner Engel on the tackle. It was Jalen Holston, the running back, and that was one of the big themes for Virginia Tech. They said, well, 1 week we got the offense, but the defense is struggling. 1 week the defense is playing well, and the special teams are playing well. They just haven't been able to put the cliche all three phases together in one game. And tonight, for the first half, it didn't look like they were either, but here in the third quarter has been completely different. Wells play fake, rolls right. Just going to throw that away. Drake Thomas there on the pressure, had his eyes on Gallo, but it falls incomplete to throw it away.
And that'll bring up, this is going to be a huge third down for this NC State defense right here, to try to create pressure and create, or a big play right here, turnover, and make it happen on third down to try to keep Virginia Tech off the scoreboard.
Yeah, well, 17-3, a field goal at that still keeps it a 2-touchdown game. So 33 passing yards first half for Virginia Tech, 2:04 in the second. Trips bottom of the screen. Play clock under 10.
Looks like he's got Caleb Smith one-on-one at the top of the screen. Let's see if he goes up top.
Designed run for Wells, read the blitz. Grant Wells, can he get one more block? And they rule him out at the 1 yard line. Johnny Jordan, a key block, needed one more, and a gain of 19.
And it was a design quarterback draw against the blitz. He does a great job. Patience to let it open up. And there's just enough time that opens up from Johnny Jordan, makes the block and holds on to it to spring him free. They might take a look at this.
I think we've got...
Ruling on the field is that the ball carrier was out of bounds and short of the goal line. The previous play is under further review.
So it looks like a touchdown real time. Didn't call it because he marked him out at the 1 immediately. Looking at the replay, now it's just whether or not the knee was like, he didn't step out of bounds. Let's go to Matt Austin. Matt, what do you see?
Well, I agree with you. It's going to be close. He did touch the pylon, so he does get the goal line extended. So he doesn't have to get the ball inside the pylon as long as it's across before he touches out of bounds. And the pylon, the knee's got the pylon. I think this is a touchdown.
Yeah, that's a touch.
Matt, explain goal line extended to everybody what that means.
Well, to score a touchdown, the ball normally has to cross the goal line or the plane of the goal line inside the pylons or over the pylons. But if you're diving for the end zone and you can get a piece of the pylon with your body or the ball, then the ball can pass outside the pylons. So in this case, it never crossed inside. It was outside, but his body touched part of the pylon. Long as he stayed in bounds and it got crossed before he touched it, that's a touchdown. And it looks to me like it is.
Yeah, this should be a fairly easy and quick call. Grant Wells, though, he has the ability to run the ball. You saw the designed blitz. He was able, as you said, to stay patient, let it clear up, went to the left side. And this is the quarterback that Virginia Tech thought they had, and we're seeing it here in the third quarter.
Yeah, they talked about he throws such a great deep ball down the field, and then he has the athletic ability to scramble, extend plays, make things happen.
After further review, the ball carrier touched the pylon and broke the goal line extended, which is a touchdown.
See how great Matt Austin and I get along right now? It's amazing.
Your guys' relationship has come full circle. And this kid can't even believe it. See what happens. You get a head coach in the booth. He smiles. He's happy all the time. Wells' second rushing TD of the half.
Civil conversations with officials, everything.
Just 21-3 Virginia Tech. After nary a pulse in the first half, they have scored 3 times in the third quarter, 21 unanswered points.
And it's huge. And they talked about coming out at halftime with some curveballs. They did it with an unbalanced formation. And then we talked about giving the opportunity to throw the ball down the field. They've taken 2 deep shots down the field to Caleb Smith, who's has size and is a playmaking receiver. And it hasn't been blown coverage, hasn't been mistakes. Shaheem Battle's been in position, but the size of Caleb Smith and the opportunity to give him to catch the ball has led to these explosive plays for Virginia Tech.
Caleb Smith, 3 receptions, 141 yards, and 1 touchdown. But this NC State defense, if they are prone to something, it's allowing quarterbacks to have rushing success on them. You see what DJU did, DJU Uiagalelei, 73 yards, 2 touchdowns. Jordan Travis, Garrett Schrader. They'll allow a quarterback to get some yardage and provide a problem. Now, Grant Wells isn't a rushing machine tonight, but he's done enough. 7 rushes, 30 yards, and 2 touchdowns.
Well, when you blitz and you're aggressive defensively, if you do get out of a lane at times, it opens up running lanes for the quarterback to scramble and make plays down the field.
Virginia Tech, their first half had 46 yards. Their scoring drives in the second half, 78, 80, 65. And when you talk about a first-year head coach that's trying to build belief, that's trying to get a win to let his program know we're headed in the right direction, we still have a third quarter and a fourth quarter to play, 4 minutes left in this one. But this would be one of those for Brent Pry.
Absolutely. You come on the road against a top 25 team that has a great defense, and you play a great first half how you want to play it. It's a close game, and you make explosive plays in the second half to take the lead.
Continues to be the true freshman, MJ Morris. There he's got time. Goes to a second read, and it falls incomplete, intended for Keon Lesane. Delane there, Mansour Delane. He's had a nice night there on the coverage.
And he's been all over the place for them, covering down the field as a go-to guy. As a true freshman, comes in the game. They said they love him. And I'll tell you what, this guy can cover by himself. They're leaving him on an island at times. Doesn't
Please reset the
him.
game clock to 3:53. Clock will start on the snap.
Into the true freshman. Silver Spring, Maryland, went to Archbishop Spalding. He's come on of late. When you're a first-year head coach, identify some of those younger players that'll be a part of the future. Here's 2nd and 10. So Morris has the time, does a nice job over the middle of the field. That was Devin Carter in a gain of 13. Armani Chapman there, coverage and tackle.
Get confident play, standing in the pocket, delivering the ball. They're dropping into a little bit more zone coverage right now. But a confident play for MJ Morris to go through the reads in his progression and get the ball there.
That's the first carry of the night for Delbert Mims in a gain of 3. You kind of get the sense with the way this thing has gone, it could be a now or never moment for this NC State offense with how Virginia Tech has come out.
Yeah, and you know, they need the confidence to get the ball in the end zone. Last week was the first time in 101 games they didn't score a touchdown. They haven't scored again here tonight. And I think for the whole team, getting the ball in the end zone will spark everybody and build some confidence around them.
Another good shot down low. That's Terrell Timmons, a young player NC State's high on, and that's another first down.
And it's a great job. They don't have to force the ball deep down the field right now. There's still plenty of time in this game. The key is to put a drive together, be confident, get the ball in the end zone, and get some momentum in this stadium, in the crowd, and on your team.
Ball just shy of midfield. Now That's a good example of the young freshman's arm strength. M.J. Morris just zipped it over the middle to Thayer Thomas. Nasir Peoples brings him down, and that's a gain of 16.
Well, Thayer Thomas, your slot receiver, the guy you depend on to go over the middle, in between the zone. And they're in a two-high zone. Again, you'll see him bend in front of the safety, behind the linebackers. Great timing to put it in a tight window and trust your playmaker receiver to make a play.
Taking a shot, has a receiver. We have a touchdown for NC State. Thayer Thomas. "35 yards, and finally the true freshman in NC State able to get on the scoreboard with 6.
And that's the spark they're looking for. Again, you got a matchup right now. Thayer Thomas, a veteran guy that you depend on within your program. He gets one-on-one coverage into the slot right there, runs the inside fade, and is able to make it. Goes over DJ Harvey, is able to take the catch. Great throw over the outside shoulder.
6 plays, 75 yards, 2 minutes and 20 seconds. So these offenses have woken up here in the third quarter, and this is exactly the big play Tim Beck and this offense needed.
It is, and when you create those matchups, you take advantage of one-on-one opportunities. It'll light a spark. Let's see if this lights a spark for the defense as well here.
Let's go down to Harry.
Guys, that was Thayer Thomas's 23rd career touchdown reception, second only to Torrey Holt's 31 in the NC State record book. Torrey Holt was actually his high school coach back at high school, and he said Holt taught him how to be a pro, how to go about his business, how to have a competence and a humble swagger about yourself. And if you have that, you're going to have all the confidence in the world, play great football, and it showed itself right there.
You see his mentor where he sits on the NC State career receiving touchdowns list. Thayer Thomas, a former walk-on, came in at 150 pounds. Now he's 195 pounds and keeping NC State in this game. Now 4th all-time for receptions, surpassing Holt. Touchdown still got to get him, but he surpasses the mentor on receptions. We got a game here, Dan Mola. We wanted to put you through a first half like we did, just to test your passion for the game. We got a fumble on the kick return. NC State there and swarming.
I think that touchdown, I said, it can light up, it can ignite everyone on the team. It builds confidence around, and you've seen Virginia Tech talked about it. They've been successful and then have made critical mistakes to hurt themselves. And now, as momentum starts to swing, they end up back to the wall right here, having to try to put together a drive.
So I'm just merely pointing out a couple of facts here. Last time I called a game at this yard, Carter-Finley Stadium, the Friday after Thanksgiving game last year, NC State, North Carolina, where the Wolfpack historically came back and pulled off a win. Can Virginia Tech not allow that to happen tonight? Pinned deep, Wolfpack defense. And you mentioned how it can ignite a crowd. And we're seeing it here with under a minute and a half left. Corey Durden on the tackle. Can they stop the Virginia Tech offense, who's had some momentum? And can the offense that NC State just showed pick up the pace if they're able to get a stop defensively?
Well, this is good. This is the biggest possession of the game right now for Virginia Tech to just kind of get a couple of first downs to take away the momentum.
So Aiden White draws the coverage on Caleb Smith, who's had a big night. Ball at the 10. Pressure. Wells. Incomplete. Flag on the play. That was intended for Smith, and that was Aiden White who's going to get it on the penalty.
Again, the play action shot down the field, not complete, but take opportunities to your big receiver. They're having a hard time matching up with his size.
There's no foul on the play for pass interference. 3rd down.
They wave it off.
They wave it. I must have called it uncatchable right there. I did think he overthrew him a little bit. Matt?
Well, you can contact the receiver before the ball is in the air and knock him off his route. But once the ball's in the air, you got to let him go. So they may have decided that he hit him before. Afterwards, there was nothing.
So Tyler Bowen now offensive coordinator for Virginia Tech has to make a decision here. 3rd and 10, pin deep. 45 seconds left. Here come the Wolfpack. Wells gets it off. Good coverage, good tackle, incomplete. Shaheem battle right there. Intended for day one, left it.
Virginia Tech called its first timeout. 30 seconds.
And that play call that I just made never existed.
Wow.
We got our rep.
Well, if you saw right here, bringing the blitz right up the middle, aggressive call on the 3rd down to force the ball out a little bit before he wanted to throw it, but there he goes. As a first-time head coach, talk about using a timeout at a right time right there in the first year head coach.
So 41 seconds left. 21-10 Virginia Tech, where the offenses has decided to come out, and it's been a fun 3rd quarter. Cannot wait for the 4th as we take a look at the Taco Bell Live Más student section. Student sections across the country are competing to be the Live Más student section of the year all season long. Halloween weekend.
I'm excited to see some of these costumes that come out this weekend in college football. That's always fun to check out the student sections and the costumes.
Yes. A lot of dollar candidates coming up this week on college football final. Here comes the pressure. Wells out of his own end zone. He's going to tuck it and run. Tried to cut back, and they are going to throw the flag. And a mental mistake by Peyton Wilson, who started the tackle and then finished with the throw.
After the play, personal foul, unnecessary roughness, defense number 11, 15-yard penalty, an automatic first down.
He just didn't need to do it. That's just a silly play by a veteran player at this point in the game. He's got him out of bounds. The play's over. And just the extra throw is just completely unnecessary.
That's the kind of stuff that'll drive Dave Dorn nuts. You get your stop. It was a 5-yard run. You get the punt. And now they get 15, new life, ball to 28.
A momentum changer as well. You know, it quiets the crowd down a little bit. You've moved the ball. Even if you don't score on this, you're going to flip field position and put the young quarterback at NC State having to go the long way down the field.
That's the end of the 3rd quarter.
So we had 28 points in that 3rd quarter.
That feels better right there.
Now we're going. 21 by Virginia Tech, 7 by NC State. It's Thursday night. Things tend to get weird. I think we've got a good 4th quarter in store for you. Can the winning streak remain at Carter-Finley, or can Virginia Tech snap their 4-game losing streak? So not good news for Virginia Tech. Malachi Thomas, who had just returned a couple of weeks ago from an injury on his foot against Pittsburgh, leaves on the cart. His night is over. It's going to be Jalen Holston. We have not seen Keyshawn King either. As we begin the 4th quarter, Dan Mullen, Nat Berry, Harry Lyles, Virginia Tech up 21-10. They come into this game having lost 4 in a row. NC State's won 14 in a row here at home. They just gave up a huge penalty and a 3rd down stop that would have had Virginia Tech punting. Here's 3rd and 3, Coach.
Yeah, big play right here in the game. They're checking the play from the sideline. Saw a look they liked of something they want to get to on this defense.
Caleb Smith, top of your screen. Pressure. Wells, sacked. Drake Thomas.
And that's the play NC State needed on the 3rd down right there. They saw the blitz coming. They checked to a max protection, but NC State was still going to blitz one more than they could protect.
A loss of 10. So
and
now
Drake Thomas, that's a big play.
That penalty yards we saw a minute ago, a lot of it wiped off. So now NC State going to get good field position. Thayer Thomas deep to receive the punt. So mental mistake out of the Wolfpack defense, and Peyton Wilson, his fellow linebacking mate Drake Thomas, bails him out. Thomas fair catches just shy of the 40-yard line. So we mentioned Thayer Thomas. He is the brother of Drake Thomas. Drake, scholarship player, offers from everyone. Thayer, 150-pound walk-on. End result the same. Both of them very valuable playmakers here in Raleigh.
And you get to see it on back-to-back plays with Thayer Thomas getting the touchdown pass to get him back in, and Drake Thomas making the sack to get the defense off the field.
Kicking team, number 13. That 10-yard penalty will be added to the end of the play. First down.
All right, so we had a penalty there on Virginia Tech. It's going to add 10 more yards. It was a holding on the Hokies. So now really good field position for NC State. Let's go down to Harry now and the Thomas brothers.
Guys, I spoke to both Thomas brothers. When I asked Drake who's a better athlete, he said that he's almost the same as Thayer when it comes to speed, jumping, movement, and changing direction, but said that being 30 pounds heavier than him makes it a little bit more difficult for him to do those things. As you could tell, his brother obviously disagreed. I think we could all agree that they're great athletes.
Let's see what kind of momentum MJ Morris in that offense got that out of the backfield to Houston. Good job by the Hokies, led by Delane. So, Coach, now that Wolfpack have hit a big play, maybe this freshman quarterback settles down. How are you calling this now if you're Tim Beck?
Well, I think at this point, you have got to score. So you have got to start to continue to open up the playbook. Let him throw it. You can't completely abandon the run. You get a score on this drive right now, you're back in a football game. So the key is just run your offense.
Here he goes, taking a shot, has the youngster, Terrell Timmons. It was freshman on freshman football. In that time, Timmons got the best of Mansour Delane, and the Wolfpack are in business.
We saw those two hook up at practice the other day. They were looking at. They're really excited about Timmons, his big playability. They want to get him involved in the offense. They got him one-on-one, and you can see the talent this young guy has. Speed and athletic ability to go up and get the ball.
And, Coach, if he puts that on him and doesn't underthrow him a lot, that could have been 6. Either way, big play. Empty backfield now for the Wolf.
Watch the tight end on a jump pass here. There he is.
There he is, wide open. Oh, do we have a football game at Carter-Finley? Trent Penix, the player they were excited to have back, the tight end, scores the touchdown for NC State.
And they called that play earlier in the game and had to take a timeout in the first half. And you can see they wanted to get to it right here. They shift Jones, the receiver, out. And you see 2 Virginia Tech players run out with him, causes confusion. No one's covering the tight end in the middle of the field.
Timeout. Virginia Tech. Their second. 30 seconds.
Now, I don't know if Dave Dorn and NC State intended on going for 2 that entire time, but what that did is it forced Virginia Tech to burn their second time out of the half. I don't know what it is about Carter-Finley Stadium on a Thursday or a Friday night, but we have ourselves a football game. It's getting spooky on Halloween weekend.
Who's gonna stop me now? Oh, what?
And here we go. NC State's going to go for 2 here. They're down 5. This will cut it to a 3-point game where a field goal ties it. You don't always do it early in the game, but here at the 4th quarter, you do it.
Got a bunch formation, bottom of the screen, empty backfield. Incomplete. So it'll be a touchdown for NC State that they'll need if they want to win this football game. Armani Chapman coverage.
Great coverage right there on the play. You could see they were going to be man-to-man across the board. They didn't blitz the linebackers. Really good patience right there by MJ Morris to let him clear that first level, but great coverage on the play to knock it away.
Intended for Daryl Jones. So 13 unanswered points for NC State to climb back in this one. Again, the 2-point conversion there, because if you kick the extra point, you still need a touchdown. You make the 2-point conversion, field goal ties it. But now here's what we have. It's like a basketball game of runs. You had Virginia Tech 21 answered points. Then you have NC State now 13 unanswered points. One defense feels good about themselves. The other's kind of shaking their head. And we got 12 minutes and 15 seconds left of ball. This will go down. I'm telling you, this one's going to end.
Right. Well,
buckle up.
This will be a big drive for the Virginia Tech offense. Malachi Thomas is out of the game. A lot's going to fall on Grant Wells. He doesn't have to make all the plays, just managing. Let's get a couple first downs and flip momentum back in our favor.
So Chance Black deep to receive the kick. Black will have his opportunity. Again, drops the kick. Again, has to corral it. Ball is out. And Virginia Tech was able to fall on it.
Wow.
And there's also a penalty on the play. Jalen Holston, right place, right time. Let's check the penalty.
During the return, personal foul, illegal block below the waist. Receiving team number 0. Penalty is half the distance to the goal. First down.
I mean, that ball popped right into Jalen Holston's hands. Either way, the Hokies are going to be backed up.
And this is what you want if you're NC State right now, in front of the student section in this end of the stadium, backed up with all the momentum going your way. The opportunity to put your aggressive defense that has multiple interceptions in 5 of the 7 games this year, the opportunity to go make a play on the defensive side of the ball right here for NC State.
Deep into the student section that left a little bit early, not as loud as it would have been earlier, but no gain there for Holston. Remember, no Keyshawn King, no Malachi Thomas. The only backs left, Holston, Chance Black, now 2nd and 10.
They're going to get a little bit louder, though. They'll still find a little bit of energy here down in the student section to help their team out.
If they're watching, put down the solo cups, come back in. So 2 tight end heavy formation for the Hokies. Ball inside the 5. Play fake from Wells. Overshoots his receiver. Intended for Daquan Wright. That was Tanner Ingle there.
Now this is a dangerous third down. This is the situation NC State wants to be in with their defense right now. Their playmaking ability on a 3rd and long with them backed up into their own end zone.
Just 1 of 9 on 3rd down tonight for Virginia Tech. Quick snap, run up the middle. And that was Drake Thomas on Holston. And now you talk about a field position game. Gain of 6. Another punt.
Momentum's a crazy thing, Matt, right there. Virginia Tech had everything going on their side, and that 1 touchdown by NC State has kind of flipped everything, and it's been all downhill for Virginia Tech since then.
Punting from his end zone. Peter Moore. Thayer Thomas situated at the 50. Yelling to get away. And that ended up being a very productive bounce. Ball spotted at the 40-yard line. But when NC State scores touchdowns, the real star of the game shows up. Ripken tweeted me today. He's like, I wanted the field. Here you go, big fella. $1 for missing the tee, but you got it the 2nd time around. Go get him, Ripken. We've got football here in Raleigh.
ESPN Thursday Night College Football is presented by Sling TV, the TV you love for a price you'll love.
Military Service Appreciation Night, our opportunity to thank all of those servicemen and women for serving our country. What a great night, all of them here tonight with their families, and they're getting to see a really good football game here in the 2nd half. Ball just shy of the 40. Touchdown drives on their last 2 possessions. Morris, quick throw, has that rhythm, has Trent Penix, who scored the touchdown, and a 1st down Wolfpack, gain of 14.
And you see the excitement he brings, the little burst he has, even as a tight end. He doesn't, not a true tight end. He's kind of a hybrid athlete out there, getting the ball in his hands, and he explodes after the catch down the field.
The Virginia Tech defense has been so good tonight. And right now, The true freshman quarterback for NC State has found his rhythm. Gonna take another shot. Has 82. Comes in front of it and drops it. Terrell Timmons had the catch. He and Delane have been doing some freshman-on-freshman crime down there. And he did a great job adjusting to the ball, just couldn't hang on.
And he's a great-looking young freshman. Great ball, we talk about it. Give your receiver a chance to go up and make the play. He goes up, high points it, just can't hold on. And Delane, a great job. Just a little bit of distraction, but he should really bring that down with him.
Same play we saw executed, 43 yards for Timmons, but already in Virginia Tech territory. Low snap, quick throw. Penix again. Gain of 5.
And you're seeing MG Morris getting more and more comfortable, even with a bad snap, the blitz coming, getting more relaxed, being out there on the field and growing up here right in front of our eyes.
They said they believed that he is the future. Perhaps he's put himself in that QB1 seat the rest of the way.
And this will be I think they have 2 downs right here. So you're calling this.
Even with how the defense is playing?
I think you're going for it here on 4th down. Well. That may change the situation.
Offense, number 54. 5-yard penalty, 3rd down.
It was Dylan McMahon. So NC State 3 timeouts. Clock moves under 10. Virginia Tech the 1 timeout. Still have the 21-16 lead. Good timing, good throw. Devin Carter in a 1st down pack.
And he had the one-on-one. They went 3-by-1. They left Devin Carter one-on-one on the backside, and that's what he brings. That's what you want when he comes back in. And a great throw by MJ Morris. Against the blitz, he knew he had one-on-one into the boundary. On time, puts it over the outside shoulder, moves the chains.
Hokies continue to be aggressive, subbing in fresh legs on defense. Ball at the 30.
It's man-to-man looks across the board.
And Morris continues to just stand back there, make the correct decision. Thayer Thomas, gain of 8. Connor brings him down.
And Connor's one of their top tacklers, top safety. But you have your slot receiver. When you go out, you see the man coverage lined up one-on-one on a safety. You're going to go take that matchup in the pass game.
What a second half by both teams. Midway here through the 4th quarter. Virginia Tech showing pressure. Here comes the blitz. They've got time. Throws it into coverage. And that perhaps a little too aggressive out of the true freshman, intended for Penix. Chapman, one of 3 Hokies in the area.
And this is where, as a young guy right now, he's excited. He wants to make a play. He felt the blitz. Forces the ball down the field right now. Put it into dangerous situation. And he had the running back open right underneath right now to just check it down. Take what the defense gives you. You can't go broke taking a profit.
Can you be my financial advisor? That's going to be an offsides and a 1st down for Virginia, or for NC State. Jalen Griffin hopped offsides for the Hokies.
Offside. Defense, number 41. 5-yard penalty. Results in a 1st down.
Those procedure penalties tonight for Virginia Tech have absolutely crippled them. 11 penalties, 60 yards, and that's a free set of chains for the Wolfpack. Slip screen. Thayer, Thomas, end zone. Wolfpack take the lead. However, flag on the play.
And a second flag just came in. This will be interesting to see.
Adam Savoie. He's a lawyer Monday through Friday. Probably took a comp day today to come in and be busy. This will be the 21st penalty in the game.
There was no foul for offensive pass interference because the ball was caught behind the line of scrimmage. The result of the play is a touchdown.
Well,
and here it is off the screen. They got a blitz look right there. And when they say the ball's thrown behind the line of scrimmage, the linemen were downfield, and they were blocking defensive players, and the receiver was blocking a defensive player downfield before the ball was caught. But when it's caught behind the line of scrimmage, it's not a penalty. And this is what happens when you go for two and miss it. It throws off the scoring
now
right
you're
here.
Chasing.
So now you're chasing the points. You're right here. You're down one. An extra point does you no good to go up two. A field goal beats you. So you're going to try to get the 2-point conversion right here and get a 3-point lead. Dave Dorn's going to. They weren't organized in that
NC
offensively.
State, they're first. 30 seconds.
The role reversal we've seen here out of both quarterbacks, both Grant Wells and the true freshman MJ Morris. 265 yards, 3 touchdowns. Thayer Thomas, he's on his way to a helmet sticker. Wolfpack take the lead. Their Wolfpack have come all the way back, 22-21 here. 2-point conversion now, Coach, to go up by a field goal.
It is, and they're gonna try to get these points right now, get up a field goal. Watch for the reverse pass, Philly special type play right here. Or Raleigh special. Nope. Oh, quick sprint to the flat.
They are 0 for 2 on 2-point conversions, and because of it, now Virginia Tech, that's a big stop by Mario Kendricks. Because now with 1 timeout left, midway through here through the 4th quarter, field goal now wins it for Virginia Tech. So those 2-point conversion fails have been big for the Hokies.
And that's what you're on your chart. Your chart's telling you what to do, and you look at the analytics when to go for it. I think they've made the right calls on both of them at this point.
Did you have an analytics guy at Florida?
Yeah. Oh, you look at it, but you also have to know your team. You know, I think analytics sometimes is like just go by the numbers. Well, the numbers don't tell you that you're playing with a true freshman. You know, what are the analytics when you're playing with a true freshman quarterback?
So again, you're being polite by saying you never really listened. You looked.
You look like and you pay attention.
It's like a dessert menu. Yeah, I looked at it, but I didn't order it.
Yeah.
You look at the numbers. You're like, you know what?
It's, you know, go hit, especially if they put the calories on.
Yeah, go hit the TI-82 calculator. I'm going to call the ball play. Oh, what a game! This is so
the way this is going, though. I don't think we still got a couple more scores maybe ahead of us right now.
We still have half a quarter, glass half full. I love it. So Bryce Duke now back to receive the kick. Chance Black had issues, and Duke is going to bring it out just around the 25-yard line. Vasily Lomachenko is back looking for a title fight, but first he has a big fight. 12-round top-ranked boxing lightweight main event. Saturday exclusively on ESPN Plus. Coverage from the theater at Madison Square Garden. Begins 5:30 Eastern, 2:30 Pacific, English and Spanish with the main card at 10 Eastern and 7 Pacific. We'll see who the last one standing here at Carter-Finley will be. Can Grant Wells, that's 1, 2, 3, that's $4. Grant Wells, can he take a shot? It's been Caleb Smith here in the second half and Aiden White. Those two have been going back and forth for the night. Caleb, 3 receptions, 140 yards, 41 yards and a touchdown. But here, look at the
bizarro world, right?
First half, Dan Mullen, are you sure you want to call college football games? Second half, Dan Mullen's never going to not want to call college football games.
That second half's more my speed right there of football that I like.
So 2nd and 10. Both offenses have been great to watch here in the second. Bryce Duke in the game. Here comes the delayed blitz. That was Peyton Wilson.
And He made up for the misplay earlier, the mistake he had with the penalty on 3rd down earlier in the game. If you look right here, they cause a twist, a delayed blitz. The back's supposed to pick him up. He gets picked. He can't get over. Creates the sack, puts him in a 3rd and long situation.
The game of momentum and change. 3rd and 18. Flag before the play.
False
start number 10 for Virginia Tech.
False start. Offense number 13. 5-yard penalty.
Those type of
3rd
penalties
down.
will keep me in the box too, Matt, right there as a coach. You just see as a first-year coach, those are things that you control as a team. They're not effort penalties. They're mental penalties and mental mistakes. And it's just frustrating.
You come out of the bye week 11 days since your last football game. You've lost 4 in a row. And procedure penalties, now 11. 1 offsides, 10 false starts, 3rd and 23. Low snap. Wells grabs it. That was Holston out of the backfield. That was an entire pack of Wolves led by Drake Thomas. Hokies are going to have to punt.
And Virginia Tech has talked about it. Their coaches talk about it. They come out, they play, they execute for 3 quarters, and the whole team has said it. Then they start to make a mistake, and things happen, and you've seen it here, and that can become a mindset of this team. They have not played a complete game yet, and they have to find a way to turn it around here in the last 6 minutes.
So Peter Moore from his 2-yard line. Bayer Thomas, fair catch, safe at the 35. 5:35 left in the game as we take a look at this week's college football rankings, brought to you by Goodyear. Enjoy the AP Top 10 now because it's the last time it'll be used after Tuesday in the college football playoff rankings. Now I've got, look, Georgia right now, Tennessee, you could argue they'll settle that in a couple of weeks. Tennessee's got Kentucky. I've got a little Matt trivia question for you. The first college football ranking show is Tuesday. The first college football rankings came out in 2014. Who was the first #1 ranked team in the initial college football playoff rankings? This is a bonus in-game trivia question.
Yeah, I'm going to have to think about this one for a moment. But I know exactly who that team was, and that would be the Mississippi State Bulldogs.
Wouldn't you know it? The Dan Mullen, Dak Prescott, Mississippi State Bulldogs were the first ever #1 ranked team in the first ever college football playoff rankings.
It's going to be exciting to see who that is in week 1 right now with the games that have been played. There's a lot of football still to play this year. It's going to be exciting to see.
Good hard run by Houston, and no way are we about to turn this into a talk show, but I'll tell you this. If Tennessee looks convincing against Kentucky this weekend, based on body of work, and if you're starting to where it is, I think Tennessee should come in and be ranked #1.
I think they have to be. I think that would just make the most sense. And people argue, well, I think this team's better. That might be the case, but on the body of work so far, they are. This is a big 3rd down play. And the one thing I would say, you don't want to come out right now if you're NC State. You've had success. You've been aggressive. You've been attacking. Don't get conservative. Continue to do what you've done well to finish the game off.
It is a 1-point game. Clock approaching 4 minutes. 3rd and 3. Houston cuts upfield right at the nick of time. He extended that laterally just long enough, and you're thinking pivot and go north. He did and got the first down.
And a huge first down right now, a huge first down. Let's see getting up the midfield, though, right here. If they trust the freshman maybe to take a shot on first down and see if they can put the game away.
So worth noting, again, on that first 2-point conversion, Virginia Tech had to burn their second timeout, so the Hokies are down to 1. The clock continues to run. Showing pressure. Designed run. Big hit. Now, I tell you what, Jamari Connor laid it on MJ Morris. That's the kind of hit that can jar the ball loose. Good job by Morris tucking that in and holding on to it.
He better hold on to that ball right there because Connor will hit you. He's approaching almost 300 tackles in his career right now, and he can lay the wood when he comes and brings it.
That was a big hit. We've got tick, tick, tick now. If you're Dave Thorne, they're letting that play clock. You can't get too conservative, but you also can't get stupid now with the time.
Well, and you see that they're trying to control it and take it off the freshman. Call the play late in the play clock right here so that he doesn't have to manage the clock on the line of the scrimmage.
And Houston continues to run hard. You see Virginia Tech's defense trying to strip that ball out of there. Connor on the tackle. Houston hangs on, gain of 6.
Good, strong, hard run right here. 3rd down and 3. This is a big, big call in the game right now. You're approaching down to 2 minutes. Virginia Tech still has some timeouts to use. Or 1 timeout to use right here.
They've got the 1, right.
You're getting close to putting the game away. And do you put it in the freshman's hands right here to go see if he can make a play on the perimeter with the throw game, or just keep the power run game going?
3rd and 3. Clock approaching 2 minutes. They're going to keep it on the ground with Houston. Houston makes a cut. Houston gets a 1st down. Connor again. And now you're looking at timeout scenario for Virginia Tech.
And you're going to get really close to it right now. They're going to let the clock run down all the way. Virginia Tech with 1 timeout. It's going to get close to running the clock out by just running the football right here.
If NC State holds on, this would be the 2nd largest comeback at FBS this season. And they are in
victory formation.
All right, so they used all the time, let it go down.
NC State, they're 2nd. 30 seconds.
All right, so we'll see if we put a bow on this one. 14-game home winning streak on the line. NC State up 22-21.
I'm Scott Van Pelt, getting set for SportsCenter. Are you familiar with the segment called Winners? If you like it, you're in luck, because we got more than we've ever had. Week 8 underway. We'll see if Baltimore can hang on against Tampa Bay, and a report in advance of the World Series from Houston. We'll get you back to Raleigh. Finally got a good one, Matt.
Yeah, Scotty, our apologies for the past couple of weeks. I've handed you nothing but a bad ending to a football game. But this one, you are right. We got a good one, and we've got a ball game. NC State can now take the knee.
Please put 1:17 on the game clock.
They're gonna take the timeout for them to just make them snap the ball twice more, but they can just take a knee and the game's over.
Mullins done the math. We can confirm here. Saturday's Week 9 college football lineup. ACC Network, ESPN app. Florida State hosts Georgia Tech at noon Eastern. And number 10, Wake Forest. Tell you what, Sam Hartman and Wake Forest, they're a shootout away with Clemson in double overtime from being undefeated. They're still ranked 10th. The day capped off. Pittsburgh squares off with North Carolina. Watch that Pittsburgh North. Just watch it. That has a lookout alert on it. Mac Brown and the Tar Heels in control right now of their division. But you said at the Outcast, we talked about the quarterbacks here. What did you make of MJ Morris in the 2nd half, and where is his status now with this program?
Well, this is going to be his team now moving forward. They knew he was the guy of the future. They wanted to try to put him into good situations in the game. They've done that. He comes out, has a huge game, throwing for 265 yards, 3 touchdowns. It'll be his team now moving forward the rest of the year. And they have some big games ahead of them and a lot of goals. And as we said, we're going to give him our Thursday night helmet sticker.
That's it. Thursday night helmet sticker for the rest of them. College football final. Matt, Joey, Dan Mullins, Saturday night after all day of college football. Hey, listen.
Timeout. NC State.
They want to keep us on air.
They want to keep us on air.
It's so entertaining. They wanted to hear a little bit more from us.
Your first game in the booth here at ESPN. your thoughts on what you saw here tonight.
Boy, this was so much fun. It's great to do it. It's such a different perspective of seeing the game this way and seeing how it goes, and a new appreciation for everybody on this side right now of everything that goes on, all the work, all the crew, everybody that put in all the effort that goes on up here in the box and everything to put a production on. It's pretty amazing.
I want to give the viewers a little behind the curtains. When we walked up here with Coach, his eyes lit up. You said you hadn't watched a game from up in the box since when?
Since the national championship game in 2008 in in Florida against Oklahoma, and it's such a great view from up here. You see so much football.
How about that? And how about the win for Dave Dorn and NC State? The winning streak here at Carter-Finley now goes to 15 consecutive games. He had talked about it throughout the week. The ACC championship game gone, but everything as far as a double-digit win season, continuing the home winning streak, all of that is still in play. And what an effort out of them to come down from 21-3 to get the win.
And it shows the culture of these guys right now. They wanted to come back this year and play for a championship. That's gone, but this team doesn't give up. They have a lot of seniors on the team, but you see what he's built here and why this team is a key team that can compete every single year here at NC State.
What a second half it was. For Harry Lyles Jr., Dan Mullen, and the entire Thursday Night College Football crew, I'm Matt Berry. NC State comes back to win 22-21 in a Thursday night thriller. Coming up next, SportsCenter with Scott Van Pelt. How about it? Wolfpack on Halloween weekend, they get the win. So long from Raleigh.
Matt, thank you very much. Wolfpack. That's what they do, Steve. Look, Steve, they're doing that Wolf thing. They rally from an 18-point second-half deficit. They run their home winning streak to 15. Virginia Tech visiting Raleigh. Hokies taking on a ranked team who's won 14 straight at home. You got Ripken the Bat Dog, the official bat dog of the Durham Bulls. Who's a good boy? Who's a good boy? Who's a good boy? I got the T. I got the T. I got the T. Early on, Hokies lead by 7. Grant Wells, Caleb Smith. Play the fight song. Hokies, they're double-digit dogs. They're up 14-3. It's now 21-3 when MJ Morris finds Thayer Thomas. Steve, he doesn't have knee pads.
Oh,
he's wearing.
They're just not on his knees.
Wearing bike shorts. It's 21-10. Morris with the pack on the comeback. That is a beautiful ball. Terrell Timmons Jr. gain of 43. Next play, Trent Penix. Here comes Whoopi. NC State goes for 2. They don't get it. Next possession. Little look to the right. Thomas up the middle. Play that fight song again. NC State comes all the way back from down 21-3 to win by 1. Afterwards, Morris with Harry Lyles Jr.
I'm feeling great, man. I love this team to death. I love them for believing in me and trusting me enough to go out there and help them come back to a win. And we just kept going every play, just doing it every time, just going out there. We had a whole lot of love for each other. And, we just played ball. We just played fast and had fun.
You had 3 touchdown passes, finished with 265 yards through the air in that second half. What changed for you?
Nothing really. I just want to do the best I could for my team. Just want to give them the best shot at winning because, like coaches said, my job is to deliver the football to the open guys. So I knew as long as I did my job, then everybody else is going to do their job, and we're going to take it over from there.
Congrats, MJ. Go enjoy this one.
Thank you. Thank you so much.
True freshman. Got to have the folks down in Raleigh excited about what they saw. Home winning streak appeared to be in dire jeopardy, down 21-3, but they get that erased and they become the 6th FBS program with an active home winning streak of at least 15. The 5 teams ahead of them all in the mix to reach the college football playoff come January.